Palpatine returned. Hmm.
Symbiote before it ever got Eddie Brock, which is an interesting.
If it goes the way that the theory was, because it came from some guy who made a post on like 4chan or Reddit, I don't know. I don't want to believe it because of where it came from, but it sounded like something that could happen, and I'm kind of upset because it wasn't, because it doesn't involve Reed. It actually involves like Banner getting a hold of the symbiote because he brings it to Peter.
I think that's really cool. I like that. But yeah, like it doesn't. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying though. The fact that it doesn't involve Reed.
Because that's how it started to begin with, but
Yeah.
I guess they're changing it.
Yeah. But then again, as
that's how it started to begin
giant
with,
Bruce Banner and Hulk
I guess they're
fan,
changing it.
any screen time he gets, I'm here for.
But if we're getting a Venomized Punisher in the movie, there's a chance we'll get a Venom Hulk too.
Oh please.
That could actually be very interesting.
But then we don't even know who like the new female actor is supposed to be. People said it was going to be Felicia, but apparently now people are saying that it's Jean Grey. Because apparently that's the version from the X-Men universe where the Fox movies are, and that movie takes place right before the next Avengers movie. So they said she was going to come in and be like, "Hey, yeah, I got to tell you what's going to happen. This isn't my world. Scary Doctor Doom. Avengers assemble."
I need to watch Fantastic Four. I want to know. I don't want to spoil it for those watching up to current. Some of the stuff that happened at the end of Thunderbolts. To speak without spoilers.
Oh yeah, that's why I kept telling Gavin he needs to watch it.
Because there's a little time jump kind of moment that I wanna know I have some questions about. I don't think I can ask Colton here though, because I don't want to spoil it as he's trying to restart.
I do need to restart.
Yeah, but Jackson, more than likely, it is not Reed and the others that is on that ship. More than likely.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, I didn't think about that.
He probably just said, "No, you're coming with me," and then just ran.
Also, the armor, Bucky's armor, did not realize that it was just 1-to-1 fucking placed into Rivals. It literally is just that what he was wearing in the movie. That it was just that.
I keep saying it. And
it came up, and I was like, "What?"
I am so happy that Fantastic Four was good, because if you
I'm
go
excited
online
to
and
watch
take a look,
it.
everybody agreed that it was actually pretty decent, and Thunderbolts was good too. But I think the reason why a lot of people didn't go see it was because of the fact that the movies that came out prior were like without argument bad. It's
been rough. It's been rough for a while.
But so then a movie comes out that's actually good, and of course people aren't going to watch it because it's just going to be.
So you're saying Thunderbolts built hype for Fantastic Four?
Yeah, because like with the first reviews that came out said that the movie was good. Even the people that were making a whole career dogging on Marvel said, "No, this movie's actually good."
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It definitely. I thought that might happen.
Like, oh, I didn't think I was gonna like this movie, but I guess I was wrong. Fantastic Four is actually pretty good.
And then like. Superman kind of had everybody out of the house watching it, and then they were like, "Fantastic Four, do you guys want to go see another movie instead of leaving?"
I can't stress enough how worried I was that the movie was going to be bad, because above everything else that came out prior, that was the one that I put every single hope I had into that it was going to be good, and it paid off.
All the chips on one tile. I'll say one more thing before I release us into the gates of hell. So, if I don't lose my train of thought. So, the thing about, like, I mentioned Superman and Fantastic Four is why I had the thought. We need DC to be better so that Marvel can be better. Because if DC is doing good, Marvel will do good. And as they do better and get to great, Marvel will get great.
For that to have a result.
I miss the era when they did that on purpose for each other. It was a constant, like, for the artists and the story writers, it was a concern of not who's better or how can we like fuck over this other company. Their concern is, man, that was a really good story. What should we do now? And just the competitive nature of like writing good stories and then also like the fucking crossover shit that we haven't got yet that I hope in sometime in the future we get to see the fucking full crossovers. That'd be great.
We most
I need
likely
to see
are
the suit
going to be
again.
we most
I need
likely
to
are
see the
going to
suit
be
again.
getting a DC versus Marvel movie because like James Gunn and Dave Filoni have talked about it multiple times about how they both want to do it. So
Oh yeah, it'd be great. It'd be really good. I hope they jump in on
if
that.
they make that, it's probably going to make more money than an Avengers movie would.
Oh fuck it, 100%, man. You get the
Oh my
DC
gosh,
boys
yeah.
out and the Marvel boys out at the same time.
You get them in a room where they aren't fighting.
I'm really happy that the new Superman movie also did good because we finally got a Superman that knows how to smile.
Exactly.
Thank you.
It made me so happy.
Thank you.
I was
Because the thing
yeah.
about I don't like Superman movies where he's fighting someone equally as strong as he is. He's less interesting when he's fighting people that are strong. He's more interesting when he's doing what he did in that movie, as far as what I've been told, trying his absolute damnedest to save every single person he can. That's Superman. That's it. Trying to do ultimate good.
The idea is that he is a god trying to learn how to be man.
Like, does
And,
it
like-
the ultimate question being, does he have enough power and speed to save everyone at once?
Like that one, did you?
I didn't even finish reading it.
Well, I'm
It's
hoping
definitely
that
a
when
philosophical
next,
conundrum in a character.
So they came out and said that like the Batman that came out a few years ago isn't going to be in the same universe as the new Superman. So
That's
I'm hoping-
understandable.
and-
That
and
one
this
was,
is just-
I think,
I
a
just
challenge to
hope
Chris Nolan. Like, how realistic can we get? How down to earth and gritty can we go? Gotham was more gritty than it was in the Chris Nolan universe because that was a bit more realistic as far, but the technology for Batman was a little kind of whack for the Chris Nolan movies.
I'm just
Here's y'all a
hoping
funny.
that the next if they show off what the next Batman, the new one's gonna look like for this current universe, they're probably not gonna do it, but I really hope that they make a modernized version of the blue suit.
Ooh, that could be good.
Would be nice.
Yeah.
It would look really good, like the
You know what we
bright
need?
colors and stuff.
You know what we need in the Marvel or DC universe? This guy right here. Some fucking Pete the Cat. But I am ready to go. We are already streaming, so this has just been
Yeah.
fun discussion up
Oh, no,
front.
yeah.
Oh, we've
Yeah,
been
I was about to
streaming?
say, discussion.
I'm ready to go whenever you guys are.
Yeah, no, I'm ready.
Wait,
Good.
Gavin, I didn't have a chance.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Y'all
No, yeah.
are deep in fucking Marvel.
Speaking
Yeah,
I
of
need to do
Marvel,
something
your
real
piece.
quick.
I
So,
needed to pull You need to Gavin do a aside thing. to do a thing.
That's why there's multiple chats. See you guys in a minute.
He's gonna.
Yes. Okay.
So
I
now that we're
forgot about something actually.
now that we're streaming, I want to say thank you to the guy that wrote the comment about the fireball. That was funny.
Yeah.
If anybody read that, no, not the instant fireball or whatever.
Not the instant fire.
Saw that. I dropped a like on that the other day.
That's funny.
For anybody watching, since we're up front here, and some people I'm guessing watch this, something I don't say up front often enough. The primary purpose of this, like doing this live, is for us to archive this. I try to do a little bit of presentation so that if people watch it, it's somewhat enjoyable as something to watch. But the main goal is for us to kind of archive what we do. But
Have funds.
I guess in terms of priority, because like I also like we've uploaded pretty much everything we've done anyways, so it's more recently that I've kind of like the main focus has been less on like trying to get uploads and get views and more just as an archive. But I am glad for those that do enjoy it. So if you're out there and you're watching, hello, enjoy. There's much more to come. We don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I've got personally I've got like, in one world I've got like 7 campaigns planned, so we've got shit for a while, as well as what the others have planned. So there's stuff up and coming, as well as home game stuff, which the home game won't necessarily always be streamed. The ones that I run might be sometimes, but that one's more focused. The reason is that one has a lot of pop culture, pretty much all pop culture stuff. It's not really any world building creative stuff. We're just using modules and world guides and stuff for it, the premise being it's in the Magic the Gathering multiverse, but the explanation is that pretty much any pop culture universe or any other plane you can think of is all connected to it as well. For example, I have a Witcher character that I played the last time we played.
Okay, I'm gonna step away for a second while they're doing that to go to the bathroom and get a drink.
But as far as other games and stuff, I also have a sort of weird melding together of like like early 1800s technology with a weird blending of like World War I stuff world kind of going on. It's very interesting with so obviously some fantasy interwoven in that, mixed in as well, all throughout, and it's a pretty cool world. I haven't like finished it. It's nowhere near anything I would say is like playable, but it is it's detail enough that once I jump on it I can work on it. But we're probably gonna play Pathfinder when we play Izorad. As far as other worlds, obviously in this campaign I've mentioned Britannitar, which is like the kind of sci-fi. It's more Spelljammer than anything. If you're wondering, that's the root, but there is sci-fi stuff also. So where my character comes from, it's all sci-fi stuff for the most part, almost no magic whatsoever. And then for a lot of the other parts of Britannitar, it's actually just almost straight Spelljammer, mostly fantasy stuff.
Ooh, Britannitar, ears perk up.
I forgot to. I was trying to say something. Forgot. What was it? Oh, right. So I actually told the same thing to Robert. There's supposed to be some important information about my campaign that I was gonna do, but I thought it would be funny if this secret information was only given to one of you, and I was gonna let you guys vote for who gets to know this information ahead of time.
You could do rollies.
Do rollies?
Robert said he didn't want to know.
What's the information?
That's the point.
So
Well, like,
Only one of
secret.
you is going to know it.
I'll forget it in 20 minutes, so probably I'll leave it to Gavin, Colton, and Kyle.
I say it's all right. Fuck it. I'll roll a dice.
I've got too much.
rolls
too
the
much
highest
crammed in
number
here.
on a d20 shall find out this information because it is very important.
Okay, I'm back just in time.
All right.
Also,
yeah,
to the person watching this up front and is ever curious about my weird twitches and stuff, I have nervous tics. They are random. They just kind of happen. I don't know. I've had
It's
them
not
for
me.
years.
That's what's
Also, I'm gonna be coughing a lot if I
Stop
can't mute
it.
my mic. I'm sorry. I am sucking
We
on
try
a
to
menthol
unmute
lozenge
ourselves
right
at
now,
moments
so.
of the best convenience. I try to mute for most of the time that I'm not talking because I know I get a lot of background.
Same.
I've gotten better about it
that's what I
lately.
do too. But okay, Robert, if you didn't hear, everyone's rolling for the secret information I was saying that I would only tell one of you.
I rolled a 5.
Okay, we have a 5.
mine was
19.
16.
You both said that at the same time. I don't know what numbers.
I rolled a 19.
Okay,
it's gonna be
Colton
him,
has
probably.
19.
Yeah, he won. He got
He
it.
won? Okay, Robert, what do you get?
Winner.
8.
He got an 8? Okay, well, he is the winner, so I shall type it to him in DMs. And meanwhile, we can continue.
I don't know what the context is either, so include that. I just heard you're gonna know secret information. I'm like, bet, King, send it to me.
Yeah, okay, so
Bet.
I shall send it to Colton here.
He offered to tell me, and I said, no, wait till everybody's around, then we'll decide.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
real quick, split second. Let's not draw this discussion out. After this session tonight, what are we doing? Because we've talked about doing like 3 different
Magic.
things. I realized this morning that we did, and I now do not know what we're doing. We talked
Can
about
play
magic, and then we talked about Baldur's Gate before that, me, Kyle, and Colton, and then we also have talked about a lot of Helldivers, and I don't know which we're doing.
I stand
I'm
on
down
magic
for-
for Helldivers.
I was gonna say magic or Helldivers for me as well. And I can play till at least like 2 or 3. I don't work till noon, and I work from noon to 4 tomorrow. I have a real short shift.
Because one idea I
go
did
late,
have
at least do
was
some
because
fucking
Gavin
magic.
typically goes to sleep at about midnight on Fridays, roughly, pretty consistently. I figured we
But
could do like
I was about to say I'm staying up till like 2 or 3 tonight.
right.
Tonight,
Next
at
Friday.
midnight.
Oh yeah, next Friday. Yeah.
We could play 2042 because we talked about that, and you take a little break from like op-based games for everybody. Fuck around for a couple hours in that. Once he goes, and then the three of us, Colton and Kyle, we could hop back in on our Baldur's Gate thing, get that going, and then playing that whenever convenient. As for tonight, I have no particular preference. I'm cool with whatever we want to do. But
Okay.
and then Saturday after next Saturday session, also same thing as usual. I'm down for whatever.
Russian.
But just wanted to throw our things out there. I don't know what the highest vote is. But what is that? Oh, it's my vest. Oh fuck.
Oh yeah, I'm cool with like Magic, Helldivers, whichever tonight. I when we get to the end of this, when we get to the end of things, I'll see. We can see
So
how
we
we
can-
feel.
We can sift it more clearly then. See how everybody's feeling.
Yeah. But I'm definitely down to play some 20.
Because I'm down with any of it. I don't care any way we
later.
go.
Next week.
But I am 100% ready to go. So
All
I
right,
just wanted to
let's
ask that
begin.
before I forgot.
Yeah, I'm ready to start things if you guys are.
Do you want this as the recap or do you want the playlist?
No, you can have this as the recap.
I'll turn it up a little bit for the recap. Get it a little
That's
loud.
alright. Well, as we left off from the group, we left them split up. Half of them went with Seraphim for his operation, and half stayed behind on the Hab. While in Bunker B, the small group treated themselves to some seafood, some gossip at Seraphim's expense, and gotta look around the very scientific, very advanced Bunker B in its aquatic research stations and its very large and expansive surgery bay, where Seraphim is now waiting for pre-operations and them to begin working on removing the extra personalities from his brain.
DM and Colton,
Excuse me.
I'd like to take a quick 2-second flashback to the inside of Tilda's to something I promised Colton and then I didn't. And I only ask because we have also been playing around with a Seraphim being able to just kind of like willingly hand over the light, the control, whatever terminology we prefer.
The reins
to,
of the bike.
the range of the bike. If you guys are comfortable, I'd like to go back to Tilda's really quick and do a funny thing.
I'm down. If Colton, if you want to.
Because Colton knows what I'm talking about. We talked about it briefly, and I wanted to make sure, because I didn't actually ask in the moment yesterday, but I wanted to make sure if you wanted to do that, because we did talk about like the switching personalities being slightly a problem, but there's always a little bit of this that we can do.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with it.
No, I'm good.
Is, hang on, I'm
just
having my
getting
brain
my-
shorting out. There we go.
My dice is ready.
Okay. Let me switch back to the inside of Tilda's music. Shit, hang on, overlap. Ah! Nosebleed! Okay. So just after he pulled the lever, the magician is kind of standing there for a second, and he goes, Seraphim, I just remembered something. He doesn't say anything for a second, and he's just kind of like, anyone who's on the first floor, he squints a little bit, and you know it's like he has an idea, and it's not good. He grabs this stick.
You gonna explain any further?
He goes like under the platform, so like front hallway widens out, little spiral staircase that goes up to both floors on the left. I forgot that was the actual structure. I had been fucking up the description recently, and I just realized that. I just grabbed a little spiral that stops on the second floor, stops on the third floor, but and then like under those platforms that are the second and third floors, there's like a little back section, some shelves, some other things. It's not lit very well, And he walks over and he comes back out with a stick wrapped with like a cord. And he looks over to Seraphim and tosses it to him without asking him. He doesn't say anything, he just tosses it to you, Seraphim.
What? Seraphim grabs it, catches it. And a stick with a cord. What a way to fucking describe it.
That's what bows look like when they're not strung.
Seraphim fucking slumps over. Lifts back up. Looking at his bow. Well now. This is a delightful piece of craftsmanship. This is mine now. Bye. He turns around and walks into a random room. You're not gonna catch me now.
I don't have a list
luck,
for the rooms
chucklefuck.
so far. Roll a D100 for me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to think for a moment.
That's a D10 short. Woo! 81.
Okay, so what are you thinking about when you walk into this door? What are you expecting? What room are you expecting to walk into?
Maybe there's more shit in here.
You're looking.
Let's
You're
see what else he's
seeking,
got to grab.
seeking wealth, seeking valuable items. Yes.
Let's see what else he's got to grab while I'm at it.
You walk into a room that looks like a study. The walls are lined with books. There's a table, where above table, I'll say, where Alex usually sits. A spot clearly where the magician sits. There's books stacked and things placed, and everything's way too straight for someone using human hands to stack them. It's because he doesn't use his hands. Kidding. Guy flipped out. A lot of hand waving to stack his things, but it's a very interesting, dusty wizard room. It's very much a study. A lot of old-looking books, and on the right, to there, the bookshelf stops about 3/4 of the way across the back wall, and there's a little sliver where the curtains are cracked slightly, and you can see the astral sea out beyond. A little passing by silver mist occasionally and stars.
Is this all that's in here? Is books?
The magician appears from the other
is
side of the door and
worthless.
walks out in front of you and pulls the door closed. That's the most valuable room in here. Come with me.
Not to me.
I will say Alex's hammock is hanging next to one of the windows out to the astral plane as well, and his pack, some other things are sitting over there as well.
I fucking perception check. I look and see if I can see anything.
All right, roll for it. Yeah.
My hand was in the way of that. Awesome. What does that had? 4 plus. Oh shit, I don't have my character sheet pulled up. Off the dome, I think it's a 12, so that's a 16. I rolled a 4.
Okay. Well, you see a worn pack that is closed. You can't really see what's in it, but you see that it is fairly full, and then next to it are just some comic books just kind of stacked up next to it, and there seems to be one sitting in the hammock.
I'm going to, it's just more books. I don't want that.
The door is closed and I am standing in your face, by the way. I appeared out of nowhere from the inside the room and walked out and pulled the door closed behind me before you were able to fully walk in.
I don't want the rich man's literature, let alone the poor man's literature.
Is a certain book in here? A certain comic book?
Yes, that would also be where it is. That's the enchanted
I just
bookshelf
wanted to
room as
make
well.
sure.
Because there is a library, but it's more broad. This room has more of the finger wavy wizard books and shit like that.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure.
But I'll look at Seraphim and So, how are we feeling? You look a bit thiefish.
Whatever do you mean? General sleight of hand on the magician.
Thiefish, and he snaps and you appear downstairs in front of Serena.
What?
And he looks
What?
over the rail from the second floor. Or did you go up, or did you just like walk into a door?
I probably just walked into a door.
He steps out of the third floor and looks over the railing. Don't meddle. Especially in that room. Alex knows better. Alex, you haven't been listening to the whispers again, have you? Oh wait, no, he's not here. I forgot. I do that. I'm not lonely. Anyways, and he walks out from behind the column again and lifts the lever. Can we convince him to return? So I forget, we got Maxon, the doctor, and Serena here, right? Okay, yeah. I was trying to remember who all's here. And he just kind of like looks at Maxon, looks at the doctor. I'm not really sure how to normalize him, because I fear this one may run off. Any takers?
I think I've learned my lesson. I'm not gonna try to steal from a madman.
Oh, you don't even know.
You're out your gourd.
Give me one moment. After a moment, Doc Green's kind of just looking at Seraphim, just kind of and examining him.
Don't you think you're getting a little too close for comfort there?
I'd tell you to roll, but she rolled a nat 20. She puts a pill down your mouth as you're saying that, Seraphim.
Don't you think you're getting a little close for
For extra comedic effect, Serena also like reaches, like as she spots her doing this, she'll reach up and grab his mouth and like squeeze his face to like force swallow, and like tilt his head back.
Stop.
And then slap his back.
At least the cough was authentic.
And then
At least the cough was real. Can't fake that.
that cracked me up. Then yeah, as you are forced to swallow the medication, Seraphim, you begin to feel lightheaded for a moment, and then you can either roll, or we'll just say,
Because you were normality when we walked down here, but if it's funny to you in some way to go into this, because I don't. We only had the one conversation at the diner person as normality, but I leave it to you guys to figure that out.
I think normality is becoming more assertive in the mind and just fucking takes the pill, sees that the reins are free for a second, and just
That's
fucking,
mine.
This is out. Out.
This is my hour.
Get out. Out of the chair.
Full Witch King mode.
Well, okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm having like processing this at one time. So we're worried that he's gonna try and run off.
We already fixed it. He's now normality again, I believe.
yeah. But
We
there
just
is
made him swallow a pill.
retroactively
Like a dog.
Wasn't covered in peanut butter.
I had been
or in
thinking.
a piece of meat.
So yeah, she just gave you like your pill for the day, and due to the circumstances, normality like grabbed the control. But yeah, I will say, Maxon would most definitely probably be on high alert, knowing that Seraphim does have a new personality and that he's a thief going to a new place.
Immediately tried to steal something, then tried to steal something from me, and then I also the magician will like take the bow back and like, okay, I'm glad he didn't steal this. Put this back over here. It belongs to a friend.
After what I've been through, I don't take too kindly to thieves.
Belongs to a friend. She'd be quite upset if I misplaced her bow.
I'm not looking to take anybody's stuff.
Well,
I
that's
don't know
good,
where
because
that
she
came
is on
from.
holiday, and she would be most angry to find out that I took her bow. And gave it to a random person on another plane that she's never been to before. Oh no! This will be our cutaway moment. I was supposed to pick her up yesterday.
Huh.
Well, Kaitora will have to wait. We have things to do. Damn it. Screen wipe to present.
Name drop.
Then we will.
Yeah, they're
We will
buddies.
come back to. We will come back to Seraphim as he's waiting in the waiting room. Doc Green had left. She didn't say when she had left. She just kind of left while you were speaking, I think, to someone there. I can't remember who all is there in the waiting area. I know Seraphim is waiting.
we were all
Doc Green
there.
is not.
Let's see. Maxon went to eat. We went in. Then we left to eat. Then Crane. Then bar. And then I don't think we said anything after that. I think we were still sitting in the bar.
Yeah, they're still in the bar and Seraphim
When
was
we
milled
went
to
in
the back.
originally, Doc Green had gone back before Seraphim had even gone back for surgery, and they asked him like who they wanted in the like with him to go back, and he asked about Doc Green, and she was already gone.
Okay, yeah. So we are going to move back to when you guys left to eat, and it was just Seraphim waiting. And Seraphim, as you were sitting there, the only other person there is the woman sitting at the front desk, and she just seems to be typing away on her data pad. And after a few moments, there is a young half-elf nurse that walks out. We have the room ready for you to get you ready for your operation.
Oh, finally. I'm ready. Ready as I can be.
If you'll follow me.
Okay.
And they lead you to the back, or they lead you through the door, and it's just a simple hallway with, I'd say, 8 doors, like parallel on each side, just 4 on each side of the walls. And as she walks you down the hallway a little bit, and then just into one of the rooms, it's just pretty standard, like adjustable medical examination bed, sink, cabinet of medical supplies, medical disposal bin, things like that. You'll have a seat, please.
Sure. Picks a spot. Wherever's closest.
But whatever's closest would be like the visitor's seat. And as she says, like, please have a seat, she kind of motions you towards like the examination chair.
Oh,
If you
right.
if you want to sit in the visitor's chair, you can.
Seraphim's just panicking. Just right, that chair. Oh yeah, sorry. And
I
he
look over at Maxon. Do you think I should have went back there with him? He was pretty fucking nervous. Yeah, cut back. Fucking
Yeah,
smash
you
cut.
guys are like, yeah. But yeah,
And it just turns to Serena and just gives her like the rock stare for a second.
But yeah, Seraphim, as you sit down, the nurse walks over with some supplies and begins to take your vitals, your temperature, and then after that she's I'm gonna take a blood sample now. Is that okay?
Sure. Just don't be surprised. And he holds out his arm.
She just takes a simple device, injects it, takes a sample of blood. Her eyes do widen, seeing the bright blue come out, and then she looks back up to you. Very interesting.
He just shrugs.
I've been getting an influx of people with mutations. A couple like this, and you see she after taking a little bit to check it and analyze it, she puts it on a rack of other blood samples with other names marked on them, and you see there are a couple other colors, including some bright blue samples, just kind of varying degrees of irradiated blood.
That makes me feel a little less nervous. I was kind of afraid I was going to be the only glowing review.
No, there's no worry about that. She says as she puts the blood sample down, and then as she's taking, she puts a cuff on your arm to take your blood pressure, and after she does, as she takes it off, she kind of just pats you on your shoulder a little bit, and there's no reason to be nervous.
You think so?
Okay, and as she takes the cuff back over to the table, she just pauses for a moment. Now, this is one part that I need to ask you about before I do it. And she turns around with like a big hair razor. I do need to shave your head for this operation.
Go ahead. I've been needing a haircut for a while.
And he turns the razor on and walks over, and she pulls back some of your hair and gets very close to shaving it, and then she says, "Oh, I need to go let the doctor know that you'll be ready soon. Give me one moment." She puts the razor down and kind of walks out of the room and comes back just a moment later. "Here in just a moment, the doctor will be here." And she picks up the razor and then begins to kind of gently shave, just slowly begin to shave off your hair. How long is hair? Seraphim's hair is pretty long, right?
That's like medium length, at the same length as the magician's.
Yeah, she just kind of slowly begins to shave it off, just very gently going over and just making sure the area is very clear.
Bald Seraphim. Shaved Seraphim, actually.
Shaved Seraphim.
Shaved Seraphim, perhaps.
He's military ready now.
If somebody looks at the window and then they see a bolt, they just kind of like cover their eyes and like, what? Bald.
Bald.
Oh my god. That movie.
But yeah, about I wouldn't even say that. Yeah, I'd say about halfway through her getting your head shaved and prepared, you see the door slide open as the doctor walks in. Would you like to give a description? My surprise voice guest.
Tallish, not like inordinately tall like some of the freaks that we've been standing around more recently. He's like 5'10". He's kind of tallish. Shorter than a lot of people, though, fortunately. Green in the skin, very long ears that go behind his head, and as he turns his head, you see that's actually got a little ring around his ears that's like pierces both of them but holds them together behind his head. Smooth shaven. A few gray hairs mixed in, not enough to like make like a gray streak or anything, but you just see it glistening in the light occasionally. Wearing a long black robe that goes all the way down almost to the floor, and he's got a sort of lab coat and a stethoscope over his shoulders, and silky milk white irises and pupils. And a long stick precedes him, tapping the doorway as he enters the room. And he looks over at the nurse, looks at you. Hello there. Are his vitals correct? His BP's all set, ready for the surgery?
Yes, they are, doctor. I'm about to finish prepping the area for the operation now.
Neuro wants a, let's see, let me see the chart, and he begins to feel down the chart.
I can make a
they've-
perception check on this guy.
You don't
They've-
even need. What do you want to know with Seraphim's passive
Milky-
perception? What do you want to know?
Milky white eyes. I need to confirm something.
I was about to say you don't even need
The
to roll
stick-
for
the
it. You
stick in
literally
the
watch
eyes.
this guy.
And the
You
paper.
watch this guy. Yeah, like use that stick to feel his way up, and then is like reading a braille copy of your medical records, Seraphim. And the nurse is acting like this is completely normal. She's not phased at all. She's, in fact, while you're having this conundrum, she's happily talking to the not only this doctor that has walked in, but also Doc Green.
What is out of curiosity, what's Doc Green's reaction? Since I'm here inadvertently.
She walks in looking at a data pad, but as she walks in and looks up, she goes to say, "How do I
Like
say his
sticks
name
laid
again?
through
I
my
don't wanna
arms.
mess it up."
Is be Dr. Pathogen.
She says, "Dr. Pathogen," and she holds out her hand, and immediately seeing that he's blind, she kind of slowly
He
goes
holds
to
his
move her
hand out in
hand away
front
from
of him. He's
Look
like,
at fucking Seraphim sneak. No, yeah, that would be Seraphim. Just noticing he's blind, then seeing Doc Green go over the fucking handshake.
he's like, he doesn't know
And
where she
her-
is, so he just goes like that out in front of him.
I'll say that she's like, she's not too far away, so she just kind of sneaks her hand around and shakes his hand, and she's like, "It's a pleasure to meet you in person, Doctor."
Yes, so I'm reading in your chart that you have seen quite a bit of trauma, at least as some of the observation from a few of the nurses have put down on your chart, and some people wanted me to ask, could I give you a look over, as I am from trauma, that is my specialty. I'd like to give you a once-over.
Fucking.
The
Stunned
nurse has finished
silence.
shaving your head, and she's just she's walked away, and she's like cleaning the razors and prepping some other things for Dr. Pathogen to get a short exam.
Trauma?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just out of it.
He walks over and he begins to fold up the walking stick, and he sticks it like in the pocket of the lab coat, which looks like it's got a longer pocket in it for convenience of folding that up whenever he needs to. And then he says, "Do I have permission to touch you and check you out? As I obviously am blind, it's helpful for me to feel what I can."
You say that Doc Green kind of scoffs to herself and then covers like her respirator mask and turns around and begins to go over some data with the nurse.
Yeah, do what you have to do.
He goes for like your cheeks first, and then feels your cheeks, and then your chin, rubs his thumb across your forehead. It's quite soft hands. But he feels over your face, and he like touches your neck, your shoulders, and kind of begins feeling you. And he stops and he goes, "Have you been in an elven rejuvenation pod recently?"
Yeah? Or why?
Well, I noticed some bumps on your face, and just thought I caught something, but obviously it's healed. So no concerns there. No issues with scar tissue due to being in one. You no longer have any scar tissue.
I wasn't in for very long. The scars stayed, but I plan on
Okay.
going
Bit of
back in
presence of scar
one.
tissue then. Anything around
Two.
the top of your head that we should know? Have you been hit in the head recently? Any concussions? And he'll take out a light and begin shining the eyes for the observation of the nurse, and then do the other one.
Yeah, I was about
and
to
put it
say,
away.
she kind of,
He doesn't
as
even
she's
prompt
talking
her,
to
so he
Doc-
knows she's watching.
yeah, as
Same
he
as
goes to
always.
do that, she just kind of immediately stops talking to Doc Green and walks over and begins to help him with that.
It's like he knows that she's like knows the cues. He knows that she knows the cues. I don't know how I said that. I don't know if I said that wrong. But he begins and he goes back to your shoulders, feels down your arms, feels your ribs. He goes, very few, some minor hairline fractures and a few other things. But you seem to be in good working order for someone who seems to be of action, I'm guessing. So
A little.
I would say it's a good idea, now that the shaving is done. Let's, any metal inside your body? Anything we should know of in that realm?
I don't believe so.
Well, I hope not. Not that it necessarily matters, but we need contrast. So order up some contrast and call radiology, order a CT scan for neuro. And as everything else seems to be good, you did the blood work, correct?
Yeah, it's over there. It's one of the glowing ones.
Glowing, interesting. And I believe that is all. I believe that is your pre-op. DM, you tell me, is that... I'd say convenient timing.
Oh yeah, I was.
That's
As,
about all for the pre-op.
Is there anything that you wanted to say, Seraphim?
Or he
Say to the
just-
doctor.
Yes.
But he just kind of steps back and puts his hands like this.
And Doc Green just kind of walks over to you, Seraphim, and kind of semi-kneels down and begins to kind of look over your face and everything, and just how are you feeling?
Scared. I'm scared.
I will be right there the whole time.
Don't be
Who knows
too
if I
nervous.
will.
Fear is the mind killer. Focus on the goal. Strive for it. Target it. Don't miss. And, I wish you luck.
I wish you luck, or more than me, honestly.
He's like folding out the walking stick. Whatever for?
I was about to say, I was gonna joke and say he's been saying, Dr. Pathogen has been just saying this to the wall the entire time. He hasn't been looking at Seraphim at all.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like standing in the middle of the room, just kind of like looking up, doing kind of like this.
Just a pet, just, you know, just general good luck. I'm sure you're a great doctor, but luck be a lady. Fucking nervously looks at Doc Green, just...
She also, you see in her eyes, she kind of looks a little visibly nervous too, but just kind of unsure more than nervous, but, she
How good
reaches
is
down and,
Seraphim's insight? I know he's nervous.
Oh
yeah.
That's pretty good insight.
Would you offer him an insight check? It's up to you. You're the DM.
Oh yeah, of course. For what exactly? What do you... For Dr.
Everything
Pathogen?
else.
What am I
Oh.
inciting? I'll roll
Inciting
it.
me.
I'll roll insight on him.
I just want to see.
Insight on Pathogen.
I would say probably a high DC, but for the sake of
Oh,
fun.
yeah, I was gonna say the same.
I rolled a 15 plus 8, 23.
What do you think, DM? I don't have a sheet for this character yet. He's level 1. I haven't actually done anything with him yet.
All right,
I leave it to
so-
your judgment.
Level 1 doctor.
Well, it's
only
level 1 because
ask-
I don't know what level we're playing whenever this character comes up, but
I would say at least... I'd say level... I'd say level 5.
okay.
No, level 7. I'd say level 7.
Okay, about the same where we started here.
Yeah.
Actually, no, hang on. Maybe I can rough guess. Where is he? Ooh. What was his roll? I forget. I'll go ahead and roll.
23.
23?
Why?
This is just the...
I read you
An
like
8.
a book, blind man.
He's not as blind as he seems.
Hey,
Which I
Seraphim,
would say definitely shows, if you have the convenient timing, DM, I'm kind of following your lead a little bit here. His head kind of cocks a little bit to nothing that you hear or see. And I believe that is the time of a convenient intercom call.
I will say, as you see his head cock, you just, for a split second, you feel Dog Green reach down and just kind of like squeeze your hand just a little bit. As she,
back.
it's going to be alright. And then, yes, not, over the intercom, there's just alert to surgery wing, exploratory party member, heavily injured, partially dismembered, moving him to emergency operations now.
All right. What is the nurse's name, by the way? Do you know? Do you have a name, or is it just...
I didn't
asking
have
the name to hit fire.
You can, if you have any names on it.
Rita, let them know to prep penicillin. He's missing multiple limbs. Let's get call the anesthesiologist to make sure he knows what we're dealing with. We need ice, lots of ice and packs. He's like walking out, and he walks down the hallway. You notice he is not using the stick as he walks away. That's I guess the rest of the 8 for deception check.
You just hear in the background. Fuck, I don't know what you want me to fucking do about it.
I will clarify now that the character's out of screen. This was not an attempt to get another of my characters planted in. It just so happened to be convenient that he works at this hospital, and we were coming here for... Because this is... He decided Bunker B, and I went... I just told him where Pathogen works, and we're going to be there. That's fucking insane. Crazy.
Because I was like, oh, he'll be there, so like maybe on the off chance they run into him while they're there. And Colt was like, I want my procedure done early. I want it done in Bunker B. And I was like, well, there's a doctor in Bunker B who specializes in surgery.
Yeah, he's not on Caravan right now. He's here, so he's practicing.
I like the suave voice you're trying to use imitating me. I want the surgery in Bunker B early, actually.
Well, there you go. There you have Dr. Pathogen.
We have a traveler.
Alright, but yeah.
And I won't tell you anything about him.
Yeah, okay.
Diabolical.
Diabolical.
So as Dr. Pathogen leaves, the nurse pauses for a moment. What did you say her name was? I couldn't quite hear you.
I said Rena.
Rena? You see her working on her pad, and then, were you using a voice for Bull, or was I doing a voice for Bull, Colt?
You were doing just like a guy very hurt on a table voice for Bull.
Okay. Then, after a moment, you hear wheeling by and just, oh god, it really hurts. Am I gonna be okay? And the nurse looks up and goes, oh my god, Bull! And she just sprints out, leaving the data pad on the table. And Dog Green walks over and picks it up and begins to just kind of fill in what was left out.
This must happen a lot if... It's not a good idea. It's not good to know a patient by name, is it? I'd say no, unless it's small group like us. Then it's okay to know the patients by name. This is a big fucking place, though. I don't know. I'm just trying to chatter. I'm getting my 2nd degree in yapping.
After she finishes on the data pad, she slots it into the table, and you see it begin to upload your personal data, everything of that nature. I know where the room is for the scans and things you requested, so I can accompany you through the rest of this before the actual operation.
Love that.
She just nods and then walks closer to the door as it slides open, and just kind of offers it to you.
Seraphim gets up and to walk side by side with her.
Hell yeah. All right. We will come back to that in a moment. We around the same time is when Food and a certain individual was conversed with. a Reese Crane, but not the one with the crooked grin and the heavy machine gun.
Crooked frown and the heavy fucking sword.
Yeah, exactly. And before we come back, we're gonna leave Bunker B and go back to the Hab for a moment. Yeah, I'll say it's around lunchtime on the Hab. What is Raziel doing?
Well, I was thinking of going and asking the computer a couple questions.
Okay. How much just kind of general, like just kind of wandering around as well, you've done a lot of repairs on the Hab too, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been helping around on the Hab anytime it was damaged.
You know that there's plenty of places for just like where the general maintenance computers are, where you could just like speak and like it would type out messages to you, or you could come to either here or here to speak to Acolyte directly.
Well, I'd probably go to one that's unoccupied, but
Okay.
better, easier to speak directly if possible.
Okay, I'm gonna say that Hammer is the control room is free. If you took a quick glance into the control room, you would see that Hammer is there, kind of steering and planning trajectories.
So the comm room's free.
Yeah, the comm room is free. He's in the control room.
I was about to say, I was really confused for a second.
Yeah, my bad.
Can't remember what the computer's name is.
Yeah, Acolyte.
Acolyte. Damn it.
No, you're all good.
I just suck at names. Acolyte, I have a thought. I was wondering if you might be able to tell me what you may know about my history. If there may be anything that I don't know about in my travels that may have had something to do with me.
You don't see any like physical presence, but you see the middle console here begins to play various handwritten accounts and just recorded stories. I'd say about how long have you been helping people again?
Well, half the time, I basically said half the time I was there, I was more or less in a magic-induced coma, trying to make me survive. And then, so how long ago was the bombs?
They were 50 years.
Yeah,
roughly.
then I've been out and mobile and up and moving for 25.
And I would say there are probably at least written and recorded and on this database, there are probably about 10, 15 records that mention like a glowing blue wanderer, builder, someone who guides people out of the wastes, some various like crude drawings of a blue man in a long coat, a long
The odd
gun.
slag.
But no, yeah, and a lot of things talking about how people, when they first saw you, they were worried because they thought you were a slag, but then they saw that like you had a gun and like you were helping them. But
I never really.
It really,
sorry.
yeah, but no, it's all good. It's just, yeah, it's just this very. It feels brief, but for everybody that you've helped for 25 years, knowing that some of these people did kind of like pass on this almost legend of you, because the pictures all have like a general idea, but you do still see that they don't exactly like. They all kind of look like you. Like it's just a very ambiguous blue figure walking with a gun with mechanical animals helping people. But yeah, you have this small little history in front of you, just various reports, things of that nature.
As I read it, as I can finish reading it, I look a little look off in the distance a little bit, and I said, "Thank you, Acolyte. I never really heard what happened to some of the people I helped. This actually gives me an idea of which ones survived and which ones were able to flourish. It's something from my past that just helps knowing what I did actually did something. They actually made it."
Of course, Raziel. No problem at all.
Then I'd probably go in search of Stone after we get done with this conversation.
As you go to turn to leave, you just hear, I also enjoy helping others, making the world a safer place. With
It's
this
a good
new
feeling.
body that I have, and as he says that, there is a window right here, and you can see one of the arms. Actually, roll
around?
perception. No, I was gonna say roll perception, and I'll tell you
Alright.
exactly what you see. But you at least can see out that window. Because you are I will say you are more focused on like the comm screen here, so I do want to choose a roll for it still.
I got a 17.
Oh no, yeah, you still saw it. You, as he says, this new body, this new form, you see the hand outside this window flex its fingers ever so slowly, or going back to the resting position of a fist. I can see farther. I can do more.
It's always good to have an upgrade. And it's good to have you.
As with you, Raziel. And you see the command center kind of power down. It's still like on, but like
Yeah.
you see that like Acolyte's presence isn't there. It goes
The
from having a
Xbox
bright
focus has been moved.
yeah, instead of having that bright white glow, it goes back to a more like blue glow.
And at that, I probably would have headed towards Stone to see if he was ready for the expedition he wanted to go out for, to see if we could find anything.
And that was
Most
the one
likely
we
he
already.
probably would do.
Oh,
Is
did
that
we
the
already
one
do that?
rolled? We rolled for one. I can't remember if we. No, yeah,
We did
that
roll
is-
for
yeah.
one.
We did roll for one. I just couldn't remember
So, yeah.
fully what it was. Yeah.
No, yeah,
Okay,
this
come on.
this would be okay. Cool. So that would be this expedition. All right. Then yeah. So okay. Then we will roll back around to the end, right back to Bunker B, towards their. I guess like we could pick back up when you guys were, like where we left off in the campaign, where they were talking to Crane. Colton actually. Well, Colton actually.
Colton
said he'd be
just
right back.
took off for a second.
Yeah.
There's Magician, Serena, and Maxon, I guess, yes?
But yeah, they were talking to Reese Crane, but we can kind of just.
Well, he took off and left at the end, is why I was
Oh
asking.
yeah, he did take off and leave at the
Yeah,
end.
he-
So yeah,
he,
it would just be.
He bolted to not get seen with us. But the Magician doesn't make any move to get up, and he just kind of sits there and orders another shot. Nurses it for a while, doesn't like drink it whole.
I will say,
drink.
as you order alcohol, the guy serving food there kind of raises an eyebrow. Literally for drinking, but all right. And he pours you a shot and sets it down.
It's never too early. So. Damn it. I forgot to ask him a question. He looks at Maxon. He's like, sits there quiet and says that. I meant to ask him if they all of the ones that weren't like what Seraphim is, aren't trained on weapons, or if it was just his personal preference. Well, maybe we'll see him next time and ask. Say again?
Said I wouldn't really be surprised. His name.
You're kind of quiet. Like, we can hear you, but you're quiet.
Hello?
That's a little better.
Yeah, that's better.
He looks
shit.
over and he says, "That's a good question. I would be surprised if they were one and the same."
But I have a lot of questions that only certain things will answer them. And a lot of wonders. And I think throughout this, Serena actually ordered food and is just like sitting and eating and just kind of like listening to you two.
I have to ask, has Serena ever eaten or seen anything resembling seafood? Because it's like crustacean. It's a very weird looking crustacean. As if not, this food would be like the weirdest meal she's ever eaten.
No, I think this is easily the weirdest meal she's ever eaten. But she has a high metabolism, which is part of the orange blood thing is that plays into it a bit. But this will be the second time eating within the same hour, so she's just enjoying it and not paying attention to what it is as much as possible. She's definitely like, it's definitely like somebody who's never had crab legs is just like, what do I do with this? Like very much that sort of thing going on as she sits there and is trying to listen to these two.
And I'm gonna go ahead and so we're all in the same area, right? Just to clarify.
We're sitting in a booth in this like little bar that
it's like an open like
action would just go over because he notices that Serena's having a hard time figuring out, like she's probably thinking, what the hell is this?
Yeah, she's
So
sitting
Max
she's
is
sitting
just
next to
gonna,
you, and then like the magician's sitting across from you.
He's just gonna show her how you eat it, like not actually eat it, but just show her.
Yeah, she's just like occasionally like,
like,
whatever
crack it
new
open
thing
for
on the
her and
plate
shit.
she hasn't touched yet. She just like is like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this. It looks good, but I don't know.
It just shows her, and he's like, back home we had these things called crabs that come out of the water that are very similar to these things.
We only have lake crabs on Buggy, and so I don't. I've never really had anything like this. This is kind of new. This is big crab. Ours are like these. They're small, like not big crabs at all. This is there's a lot of fishy food here. Is this a normal thing?
Well, for me, yes. For you, I'm not sure.
So I don't know if the magician knows, so he just like, I know of this place, but I don't think I've ever been here before. At least not in its current state.
Oh no, this was an above ground city when you were around. It was a market city and they had a lot of fish, but it was all above ground and the fish didn't look like this.
See, we liked our fish with a bit more spice and seasoning in New Haven.
Less glowing skin.
I'm alluding to like Cajun seasoning instead.
No, I was thinking the same. I was gonna say you guys would be used to more crustacean
where I was
oils
going
and
with, like, the
stuff like that,
spice
and then
thing.
you said Cajun, and I was like, well, he beat me to it.
Yeah, I was like sitting here thinking
But,
like it's like Cajun seasoning stuff.
Oh yeah, but
Like a good old radioactive crawdaddy.
Pre-radioactive, because we're talking about New Haven here. So just crawdaddy. But
yeah. As Serena is kind of she says that she's kind of picking at it as Max kind of shows her how to break it open. You see,
It'd be kind of cool if, like, I just want to say what he actually does is he just makes like a fist over the crab, just punches it with the bottom of his fist, and it just breaks in two.
she goes, huh. And then she will commence eating the rest of the crab as she kind of like looks at both of them and she goes, that guy is, I thought it was a prank at first, I'm not gonna lie. I persisted to think it was a prank for quite a while afterwards. Very cruel joke played on us by someone who is very smart, and then I realized when we were walking away from the other place that it wasn't a joke. So that's another one. He definitely said that he killed the other ones, or someone did. Sounded like he meant himself. It's a little hard to remember sometimes. There's a lot of them. I mean, more than one is a lot for a single person. But
at least we found him.
at least we found him. It's a link to the puzzle. So, what now? I don't think we should tell Seraphim about this until after he's recovered from the surgery. So once he's had the surgery, his recovery time, and then we tell him about this, because I don't know if whatever Seraphim comes out on top of this, I don't know if he will try to find him and kill him or not. And I don't want that to happen.
I'm gonna have to just wait and see how this turns out.
And the further we are with our Seraphim, or our Crane, from that one, I think it is most ideal. The magician's just kind of like sitting there with the drink in his hand, sipping on it occasionally. I agree. We should probably wait. So, Maxon, have you ever dealt with clones before? Is this a common thing on Earth?
Clones. So then he's kind of thinking back a little bit, and he's like, not in the way you'd think. I do know this one guy that can make 2 additional copies of himself, but those wouldn't specifically count as clones, more as copies.
We need to get to this lab. But today, we must be patient, as that's not going to happen.
I will say, now that it's later in the day, there are quite a few people here at this like open food stall, and there are some people moving through to go through the market that's setting in the open plaza area with the big glass out looking out into the ocean, leading out to the other cab areas further out into the shore.
Serrano will stand up, and we should probably go back, as it is the evening time, and we got here early, and if they started his surgery early, he'll be getting done sometime either soon or in the next couple of hours, I would assume.
Oh, my bad. I'm describing the time incorrectly. It wouldn't be around noon now. I forgot that you guys got here at like the beginning of the day, so it would probably be... I'd probably say it would be around like 8 a.m. still, but there would still be like the morning merchant traffic. My bad I did that.
But,
as you are all sitting there, or as Serena stands up and begins to kind of look around, I'll say that some very wary looking travelers kind of walk up and kind of begin to sit at some of the tables, set up at the bar. Are you guys sitting at a table or up at the bar?
I was sitting at the bar.
Okay, then I'll say that you guys were all just kind of setting up at the bar. I'll say that one person comes up and sits next to you, Maxim. And then I'll say one person sits next to the magician, who's sitting in the middle. How are you guys arranged again?
Hang on, I'm losing track here. Okay. So did we go back to the fish stall? Hang on, I've lost track here. I was just kind of rolling with it, but I wasn't really thinking about it.
It's like a food market.
Well, I was asking because when we were talking to Crane, we went to the place that was like similar to Packard's, and then like sat at a booth table.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I just now realized this, and I wanted to clarify for the continuity of the thing, like where we were and what was going on for your sake.
At the bar.
I forgot that you guys were at the bar. Then I will say, yeah, so you guys are I think you guys are sitting in a booth at the bar.
Yeah, we were sitting in a booth at the bar, and then it was like Serena, Max, and Serena was sitting in like the wall seat looking at the entrance, and then the magician, who is not a super assassin, was sitting facing the other two.
Then I will say, Serena, you see a bunch of people. Give me a perception roll then. And I'll tell you what exactly you see.
Absolutely. That will be a natural 20 for the 24.
You are
it's the wrong character. Hang on. This is gonna
Good roll, sister.
25 total. 25
Way
total.
to hit
That's
the-
without that time. I'm not going to lie.
Way to hit that crit, girl. No.
You begin to see what look like very raggedy-looking travelers, torn clothes, thin, like soot covering their face. Some of their clothes are singed. Some look like merchants. Some look like farmers, and a few look like Green Cove guards. I'd say it's about like 4 or 5 people that come in and just kind of sit at random places in the bar.
Green Cove people,
And,
you say?
Mhm.
Definitely
and,
druids,
as-
or can I tell?
They look like just the standard guards you saw as you guys were kind of going across
Okay.
the caravan. But I will say, with you getting such a high perception roll, you will also have heard a couple of the native patrons saying, "Another bunch of refugees must have showed up. Terrible what happened." And just kind of like some chitter chatter and murmurings about what happened to Green Cove.
So I was gonna sit there, chew for a second, look down at her plate. She's elbow Maxon. They're from Green Cove. She'll look at the magician too. We should probably ask about the one certain snaky elf.
He kind of lowers his voice a little bit, and then he looks to both of them. Do you think we should all go together?
We should probably stick together. That might be a good idea, because I don't know what these people are like. And also, seeing that it's a group of people asking rather than individual, they may see some level of sympathy and concern for a particular individual. Family, perhaps. I guess
will
I
say
shall
that-
ask, considering I'm an elf, so might help.
There were 2 individuals and a group of 3 that came in. The group of 3 are sitting directly at the bar, and the other 2 have sat in random corners.
So he'll slide out of the booth and kind of motion for Maxon to follow. Serena will like motion for it and then follow as well. As we wander over to some of them, kind of like if they're looking in our direction, like give like a friendly like wave and make it clear that we're walking towards them for the sake of conversation. And he'll walk over. Hello. Are you from Green Cove?
You said you went and talked to the group, right?
Yeah, whichever would be nearer. I was just gonna go with the closest ones first, that after they'd sat down and stuff.
I'll say, since you guys were kind of sitting in a more secluded spot, I'll say that you guys walk over to the lone person sitting in the corner closest to you, and it seems to be an elderly human man, just kind of rubbing his ash-stained hands together and removing some wrappings from them that are covered in soot. Just kind of dusting them off.
So it looks as though you have definitely seen some better times. Are any of his clothes like messed up or torn or anything like that?
Oh yeah, it looks like he's been like rolling around in ashes and dirt, and his clothes also appear to be ripped and very tattered.
I'll put my hand in my pocket and grab the pen, and some of his little frays will one at a time begin to like close and unfray and close up, and I'll begin fixing his clothes slowly with mending as I stand here and talking to him. Are you familiar with
As it begins to happen, he kind of jumps.
Don't worry, that's me. I hold the pen up. It's me. I'm sorry, I'm the one. Time to reveal myself, I guess. I am the magician. I had a friend in Green Cove. She's very dear to me. Her name was Ophidia, and she had a bar. What was the bar's name, by the way? I forget.
I think it was the Serpent's Den.
Serpent's Den, that's what it was. Like Serpent something, I can't
I
remember.
might have that
It
in the
was-
notes.
She ran the Serpent's Den. I'm sure you were
Serpent's
somewhat-
Cove.
Serpent's Cove.
Serpent's Cove. That's what it was.
I'm
Yeah, it was
sure
a
you are
Serpent's Cove.
I had the notes.
at least familiar with the place if you're not a patron. Do you happen to know what might have happened to the proprietor of that particular business? I know you've had a rough time, and take your time answering if you need. These are rough days.
He kind of begins to run his fingers over his newly mended clothes. Not entirely sure it happened so fast. I was on my farm near the border of the city when it happened. I had to pull myself out. I didn't really get much of a chance to see if anyone had made it.
Do you think maybe some of these other folks may have an idea, possibly? You're the first we've conversed with.
He points over to the three that are sitting at the bar that are the ones wearing what look to be the guard uniforms. If anybody would know, it'd probably be them. They were probably there when it.
Good.
He kind of begins to lightly tremble a bit as he just kind of is nervously rubbing his hands together, looking at them. He hasn't looked you in the eyes the entire time you've been speaking.
He will
He's just
nod.
been looking at his hands.
And he'll look at Serena and Max, and he'll look back at this guy and just, water or alcohol.
Water.
Right. And he'll like wave for a waiter or waitress or someone to come over. All of these folks that are very clearly sooty and from a most unfortunate situation, he'll reach his hand back to Serena and says, Serena, the money stick thing, please pay for meals and food and water of any kind for these people. They are in a bad way. We have actually personally seen what they went through, and it is a small price to pay for these individuals. If you would see to that, and then bring that back, please. I think we need that. And I'll wander over and talk to the three guard-looking ones.
As you're walking away, the old man just kind of very kind of lightly just thank you.
And he'll just nod.
It's a very tired thank you, but it is. He says it loud enough to make sure that you hear it.
And I'll walk over, and as I'm approaching, I'll do the same thing again, put my hand on the pen in the pocket, and just begin mending these three guys' clothes slowly, one at a time. Little tears and frays and rips begin to close up as much as I can. Doesn't close like big rips and destruction, but enough to like, so that their clothes aren't falling off of them at least.
Okay.
And they don't have little holes shredded in them and fraying.
Are Maxon and Serena walking up with you?
Serena will follow. Okay.
Alright, cool. Alright, cool.
I'll
yeah,
look
as
at
you all
Maxon in
walk
case he
up-
maybe wants to speak first, but if not, I'll pick up again.
Go ahead.
And I'll
As you approach, they one of them immediately as you begin mending his clothes, he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?
that's me.
Hell?"
Don't panic.
And then as you say that, he goes to grab his the weapon on his side, but he barely unsheathes it, and then you say that and he turns.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
goes like, "That's me. It's all right."
And then just with a very tired sigh, he just says, "I don't have the fucking energy." And he puts the sword. He just uses the sword again and just leans on the bar.
I
You
would say
see,
convenient timing. That's probably at least when at least drinks arrive for the three of them.
You see they have shots sitting in front of them, and then he brings them water. And you
And
see
I'll
that
just stand there and let them drink and not say anything for a moment.
you see that two of them grab the cups of water and drink them semi-quickly. The guy in the middle is laying on the bar face down, and he seems to not be moving. He is breathing, but he is not responsive in any way. But after a moment of them drinking the water, they set the cups down and grab the shots, and the one closest to where you three walk up just kind of looks over. So what do you want, miracle worker?
So you come from Green Cove, and I have a question about a dear friend of mine. Her name was Ophidia, and she ran the Serpent's Cove. I'm sure you're at least familiar if you weren't a patron.
And let us go in there.
Hmm.
It was neutral territory, but they didn't like when we went in there.
Do you know if she escaped? Well, I say if. Do you know where she went to escape? It's unquestionable that she got out.
Look, buddy, I've been through hell.
Of course you
I'm
have.
exhausted. I cannot. You seriously expect me to pick through my brain and think back to all of my last moments to every person that I may or may not have seen?
Think hard, and I'll poke the middle of his forehead and cast Fortune's Favor.
As you do, he kind of like swats at your hand, but he doesn't like hit you or anything. He's far too exhausted to like hit you. It's like, what the fuck? Don't touch me.
Just feel that little seed of the universe inside your mind, and think back for a moment for me.
Can you tell me what that spell does?
It essentially gives advantage on... It's essentially like a weird advantage on a roll. I'll pull it up just so, for the...
Would this be history?
It could be history or just a base intelligence check also. Could also work. It's up to you.
Okay.
Fortune's Favor. There it is. So I can read the actual, like, what it does. Last turn area, you impart a latent luck to yourself or one willing creature you can see within range. When the chosen creature makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw before the spell ends, it can dismiss spell on itself to roll an additional d20 and choose which of the... Yeah, just advantage, basically.
Okay, cool. Well, with that, after a moment, the guy just... He takes his shot. He kind of takes a breath. Exhales. Pretty sure I think she closed up the shop a couple of days beforehand. I don't know. I know that was the first place to go. I know her people made it out, but I don't remember seeing her. But I know that it started there.
And she's in the wind.
Spread out.
Almost certainly.
As far as... I will say, we did have a few little skirmishes with the dwarfs before it all went down. And you see him kind of lean against the table and rub his temples, and the other guard there that is awake kind of looks over. 3 days. So hard to tell. I don't know what they were doing, but it was hell. And he just puts his face in his hands and leans forward, and the one closest to you begins to speak again. That's all I know. At least just... I don't know. I mean,
It's more than we knew
kinda
before.
Taps on the bar for another straw.
Well, I don't have to tell you to rest. You're probably going to do that. Enjoy your food. And good luck. There are those that would see this issue resolved. And he'll just kind of like nod to them. And then I'll look and see if there's anybody else, like if there's any others, and if they're like, seem like anyone I should ask. If it's not, if it seems like more just like civilians, I'll probably just leave it.
There is one person. You know what? Just because I feel like he would have. We'll say it's the attendant from the apartment complex.
Ah,
Shit.
Serena
that,
will go,
that apartment
"Holy
complex is
shit."
pretty far away.
The girl or the boy from the front?
Oh, the boy, the guy who was working the parking and everything.
The one we
Yeah,
told to
not
keep
the-
watch.
Not the girl that I scared the shit out of.
I'll
Yeah, no,
like
the
hit Max's shoulder
one
and
who
go,
ran
"It's
you the,
fucking
syringe."
parking boy." And I'll go over and I'll sit down in front of him. You made it out. Probably has no fucking clue who I am, obviously, because no helmet, no armor.
Masked.
I was about to say, which arm do you point at him with?
Probably the right arm, out of habit from missing this one for about a year and getting used to using my right hand.
I feel like he would see the metal arms, and he would just be.
Fairly
What's
unique.
your name?
No, we gave him Tridic's name.
Okay.
And now we fully reveal that, and then if anybody didn't catch that, I gave him my brother's name. That's the name I told Seraphim to use when going in for the little, just to check and make sure it wasn't compromised kind of moment.
He just
But,
kind of looks to you. Oh my god.
Yeah, some shit's happened. Anyways, more shit has happened because you are alive from a place that went, you know, that's kind of bad. And magician's already like got his hand in his pocket.
You do notice that his clothes are really just kind of dirty and torn from travel.
Okay, I don't have prestidigitation, so I can't clean them, which is what I was checking my spells for earlier. I was like,
you're
do
all
I
good.
have that cantrip? But I don't. I can only fix
There
their
are some-
clothes.
There are some light tears and things like that, so you are able to mend it a bit. But he was just. I saw it after it took the that bar you all went to.
Happen to know if a friend of ours made it out there? Certain snaky elven woman? I'm asking about the owner. Did the owner make it out? Do you know? They said she closed up, but they didn't see anything after that.
I'm not sure they. I know when they had us in lockdowns for the skirmishes, there was one time the dwarves went to the bar. I think. But shortly after that was when it all went down.
Literally.
Yeah, and he looks down into his shot with him. He's smiling, but he still looks pretty out of it.
Well, this one ordered you some food and some water, so they'll bring it over in a minute. But you look like, and definitely as we know and have seen as we were there, you have seen hell, so get some rest and enjoy it. It is being handled. She'll just kind of like reach over and like grab his shoulder, just kind of give him a nod and get up.
Thank you. I don't have the money to really do this, but I'm gonna get drunk. And he just kind of does another shot and kind of like winces almost in pain at it.
I'll catch that waitress one more time and I was like, get them drunk before they leave. See to it they get some rooms as well if you can. These people have seen more than hell. They'd have rather seen hell, I think.
She
then, like,
just
I'll-
nods.
And then I'll get the data stick back after she's done, the credit stick. Give it back to
Yeah.
Serena.
Okay. I'll say that after paying for their lodging and their meals and a couple of drinks for them, there's probably about, I'll say like 5,000 credits on there still.
I'll hand it back to
So
her
it
and
started out at about like 9, 8. Okay. Are you guys going to head back to Seraphim as you leave the bar?
headed back towards the hospital for now.
Then as you are walking out, will everyone make a perception roll for me?
Indeed.
Damn it, I'm not there. Fuck.
That is
My evil plan has worked.
magician is a 20, dirty 20, and Serena is a 15.
Maxon, what are you?
Let me pull up really like a bunch of things at once. Roll. Okay. That was an 11 plus. Into 14, 15. Okay, that is a 16.
Good spread.
15, 16, and a dirty 20.
All above 15.
So,
Or 15 or above.
Serena and Maxon, as you three are leaving the bar and beginning to make your way back out into the market area to make your way back to the surgical wing, you both kind of glance over and see the old man that you all spoke with at the beginning, just kind of glancing over at you all, kind of a light smile, looking tired but finally like he had a moment of peace. As you both walk out the door first, magician, you kind of stop, maybe to fix your coat, adjust your pen, something
Straighten
of that
up.
nature. And as you leave and kind of look off in the direction, you notice Serena and Maxon looking. You see the old man looking, but you don't see a tired but soft smile. You just see a kind of flat, semi-blank expression as you make your way out of the bar.
Interesting.
And as you're all standing outside the doors to the bar, you see now as the morning traffic has kind of moved into the marketplace, a couple of the stands are open. There are a few people here that seem to be shopping for some groceries, things of that nature. And you see the opening to the science wing, and then on the other side of the glass viewing area, there's another hallway that says living area, and it leads to a few halves there, and then there's another door connected to the actual stone of the bunker underground, and it says reactor and maintenance. About how are you guys kind of quickly making your way back?
Yeah, I was just gonna go straight back there for now.
Okay. Then I'll say that as you are all coming back, you would all see that they are butchering the sea monster that they drug up as you all enter into the science wing. And then you see that parts of it are being carried off to the marketplace. And
Question
like
for
that.
GM.
Yeah, what's up?
How long would it take if I felt like I wanted to give him a quick hand?
Do what?
If I wanted to give him a quick hand with that stuff that they're trying to carry.
Oh, I would say it would probably take you. I'll say they're about a third of the way through. So I'd say helping them finish it completely would probably take about an hour or two.
Do we have time?
It is the morning.
No, yeah. They're doing the pre-op for Seraphim surgery, and it's a good chance that his surgery is going to be a few hours when they start it. So you definitely have enough time to do that, and then probably a little bit of overlap.
All right.
Okay. As you walk over to help, you see that there's a so it seems to be a semi-diverse spread. A couple of humans, a couple of older-looking elves, maybe one or two half-elves. They all seem to be gathered around. A few of them in diving suits, kind of just stripping it apart, setting various pieces aside, and some for scientific research, some for food.
As Maxon walks over, one of them notices him coming closer, and Maxon's like, "Hey, you guys need any help?"
The person that notices is just seems just to be a middle-aged female human. She nods, kind of adjusts her diving suit a bit. Sure do. Ever cut up a sea monster before?
He just smiles and says, "Believe it or not, yes."
Glad to hear it. And she tosses you she kind of like lightly passes, waits till you're closer, but passes you a small mechanical tool. Power that on and cut off some of these dorsal spikes.
So Maxon kind of just looks at it for a second, and then he asks, "So do we need them cut in a specific way, or do you just need them off?"
Make sure they're clean, but we just need them off. Make sure they're clean enough to get some, at least some marrow or some keratin out of.
Let's see what I can do. So I really was gonna. Do you guys think I should try to see if I can just rip it off and then clean it from there?
That's up
What
to
would
you,
that be?
man.
Would that be a strength check?
Yes.
Okay. If I can't, if I fail to throw, I'll just realize that I can't do it and just try to cut it that way. Come on, dice. Do not. Bruh.
See, to be fair, the circumstances of trying to cut up a sea monster, same goal, different circumstances. Yes, cut up a sea monster, just not like this.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just use my. What's that thing that we have?
Inspiration. Smart.
Yeah. Plus, I really want some of that meat. So.
I want some of that meat.
Okay, so let me try again. Please do not be something bad. Okay, 18.
There we go.
Plus 8. So, yeah, okay, so Maxon's the seconds he tells him that we just need it off, but please do it a specific way, he just notices that he doesn't really need it. So he grabs where the scale is and just starts to rip it off from the skin itself. You just hear a loud sound as it
I will
comes off.
say the initial spine that you grab and pull, it dislodges and rips and sprays blood on you and everyone around. But not only that, it also rips the skin and begins to kind of rip down the vertebrae of this beast and rip a few more of them out as blood begins to kind of pour out the spine of this creature.
Now it's a different kind of party.
Multiple of the divers begin to they're wiping their faces off as the blood kind of begins to sputter out, and the human that threw you the tool kind of takes it from your hands, pushes a button on the side, activates the saw, and just kind of hands it back to you. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but a bit cleaner, please. But
Quick,
she
has
does.
anyone seen West Snipes recently?
How many people do you think I freaked out just from doing that?
They all kind of give you, everybody that is in the immediate area kind of gives you a concerned stare for a moment,
Oh my
but then they kind of just wipe the blood from their face and they go back to work. But you can see that they're all kind of they all are kind of still thinking about it.
Why'd he do that?
I just ripped the sea monster apart.
Why do you fucking do that, man?
You ripped the spines that it had running along its vertebra like off by the skin, so they're very perturbed. But yeah, as you make your way over and do that, yeah, the red magician you see is Max and walks over and says, "Hey, you need any help with that?" And then just proceeds to like rip what is it called when you like rip a spine and like break he spatchcocks the sea monster.
The magician is grinning like a fucking thief, and Serena is just not again. There's no context to it. Just not again.
And as you two make your way back to the reception desk,
She's thinking of the worm, by the way, and crawling inside of it.
Yeah. As you make your way back up to the reception desk, the older woman at the the receptionist just looks to both of you. Are either of you going back there with your friend for his operation?
This one probably should, and she go. I can speak for myself, thank you. Yes, I would like to go back there. See, I was right. Bye. He'll go and just sit down, pull out a spell book, and she's been writing things down. Let me know how it goes.
Right, then yeah. There, we will say that it's been about an hour after the pre-op, so we'll say that you're in the middle of like a CT scan. They're just kind of have you in a machine that's just kind of running various scans along your head and your body just to make sure that everything's good and ready.
This is gonna capture my good side, right?
Get an idea of what all the tumors look like so they can plan out the operation.
And I will say that there is one spot that kind of just looks like a burn mark, or at least a part of his brain that looks slightly singed, a little sunburn.
It's not my problem. I'm dealing with a multiple amputee. I'm good without neuro.
I'm good without Nero.
Yeah, neuro's hard.
It's mainly Doc Green performing a lot of the procedure, but there is a there's a human scientist there as well that is offering some assistance. As the scans begin to finish, Doc Green kind of walks up with a pad. I believe that here in a moment we should be able to begin prepping you for the operation. We should be ready soon as well.
It's coming.
Is there anything you need before we?
I think I've done all I can. Just, I'm enjoying what's here right now.
She gives you a nod. I'm going to leave for a moment to get everything ready. I will be right back. She, if there's any, she just kind of begins to slowly leave. So it is, it's just Seraphim and Serena because the nurse kind of left with her to go help prepare things.
I see you came back here.
Well, of course. Said you were nervous. Could use somebody who isn't a doctor, you know? Or that freaky guy with the coat outside. Who seems to, I don't know, read your personal identification number on, you know, the backside of your eyeballs. That's pretty disturbing.
I could see why that'd be a hindrance. I don't know, Serena. I just don't know which one's gonna stay. I don't know how jumbled my brain is anymore. If it ain't me, I just hope it's someone agreeable, someone to help. I've got everything in my notes to try to help myself, but it needs to be agreeable. I'm just worried. Like I've stopped being nervous. Just worried and
Focus
afraid.
on the goal. The goal? To see, I'm guessing, based on the idea of cloning, you want to see each one of you have your own autonomy.
Try to give him something, yes.
And that is far from the Seraphim that I met on a little excursion into Bunker A. Rather than see them out, you want to see them into their own bodies. And that is the ultimate form of sharing, I think. So you followed my instruction pretty closely, I'd say. When I said you need to learn to share, it's about as literal as it gets, I think.
Sharing the world space. Who would have thunk it?
This is where you go into a sort of, I don't know, autopilot, cruise control, and just let us worry about the rest. And whoever comes out, you just rest. It'll be like being asleep for a long time. Like a real solid nap.
Guess you could call that like a free trial of death, huh?
Basically.
I haven't been afraid to die yet. So this isn't gonna make me start.
We're ready for you, Seraphim. Doc Green kind of says as she kind of slowly and almost shyly approaches the door opening.
Can I insight check the doctor?
Of course.
I'm not looking for anything specific. I'm trying to. There's not really a good phrase. I'm trying to read her mind. I don't do that, but it's the best way to say it. No, I don't. Natural 2 for a total of probably not good. Serena Cauldron insight checks her for a 3. Wait, I will inspiration this.
All right.
I was gonna say something, but it just happened so recently. I didn't know. I forgot it already.
That
was a 1.
is, what is it again? That is a 15 even.
With a 15, I will say that past Doc Green's respirator, you see that she is confident in her abilities. You see someone that is very confident in their abilities as a doctor and as a surgeon. You see someone that is quite worried about losing their friend. Someone who is quite worried about losing the person they're about to operate on. There is the slightest bit of worry behind her eyes.
I'll turn around and look at her. And I'll wait till she looks at me. I'm not gonna do that. You have one chance. And then it's gonna be a while. And even that's questionable.
Alright. Dot Green takes a few steps over to you, Seraphim.
I'll cross the other side of the room, maybe step out the door, whatever, I don't know.
And
Seraphim stands up to meet her.
she pulls out a flashlight, checks both of your pupils dilations really quick.
One last checkup.
And she very quickly gives you a kiss on the cheek and just says, when all this is over, and it's all said and done, I want you to come find me. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. And she kind of dusts off her lab coat a bit. Let's go.
Lead the way. brought back the stutter.
Cut to be out just outside the door. Like, hold on, just a second, wait, hang on, it's fine, just get like buying a couple of seconds for them to talk.
Dot Green is already kind of like walking out the door, kind of quickly. Come on, we need to begin this now. She does, I will say, no inside check required. She seems a bit more nervous, a bit more antsy now.
Oh, great. A blind doctor and a nervous doctor?
Okay. And as you all begin to walk
And it's
towards the
all called by the same
operation
guy.
room, we will move back over to Bunker B. It's rolling over to afternoon there.
That's a hab.
Or, yeah, sorry. I meant to say
You said Bunker B.
Okay, I was waiting for full confirmation there.
Yeah, we're moving back over to the Hab. What are Stone and Raziel doing now? We'll say that you guys have just gotten back from your morning expedition after finding not signs of really spinal hounds, but more signs of their prey and showing where they might be. Like, you're on the right track, but you weren't seeing any definite signs of them. But you saw signs of things that it was written down in the manuals that they would eat, things like that. Yeah, we'll say that you. Here, I'll go ahead and place.
I don't have
yours.
anything special. Or you got anything basic?
Okay.
I got nothing that comes to mind right now that I need to be messing with. Stone, you got anything?
Not necessarily.
I was about to say.
I'm going to need to think.
Okay.
There is one project for Raziel, I don't know what was said, that you could work on if Raziel's game. It's something that I definitely told everybody about that is of the crafting guild, as it were. The axe. I definitely
Yeah, I thought we'd already been working on that, and
I
I wasn't sure how
where it
far
was.
along Hammer had gotten.
Because I've been like singularly
I think-
focused on the shield generator, so I didn't know where the axe was.
Because I know I helped him on the first day.
Honestly, I think I said it would have been done about a day or so ago. So I'm pretty sure it's done. It's just waiting on Serena to get back.
Okay. And I definitely left Sato behind for entertainment. He's quite useful. That thing paired with Acolyte, you know?
I will say with where Serena was before she left, I'm gonna say that Alex is the one who has Sato currently.
Neato.
Okay. Yeah, there isn't anything you guys specifically want to do?
Nope, not for me anyway.
Okay. What about
Yeah,
you,
not
Stone?
necessarily for me either.
We wish
Yeah,
not
not
to deny
really.
your right to play.
Oh, exactly.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
You're good.
I actually
We're doing
don't
a
know
more
where
of a
we
story-based
go.
thing this time, and you're good.
Yeah, it works. You guys are good.
I will say, with it being a nicer day, you are seeing some traffic kind of going around the caravan. It looks like a lot of refugees you're assuming from Green Cove. Nobody hostile, at least not outwardly. They all just seem to kind of be making room
Quick
for the
question.
hab to go through. What's up?
Just for continuity's sake, how long's it been since Green Cove went in the ground?
3 days?
Yeah, it's been about 3 days. Yeah.
How'd those people get from Green Cove to Bunker B?
Vehicles.
Yeah, like boats. And,
Just checking.
The caravan,
Vehicle, yes.
not Bunker B.
Way faster cars.
those
and-
No. You just talked to some people in Bunker
Boats.
B that came from Green Cove.
Boats.
That's what I was
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
They have a
there
more
were,
straight shot than the vehicles on the boats.
Okay, that's what I was just checking.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I know that without him even answering. It's definitely
No, I
boats.
was about to
bet.
say, yeah. I was gonna say, no worries about continuity. They did take boats.
They hauled
boats are
ass. All right.
They took
They said,
fucking
"Fuck
large
that."
steps.
My good gentlemen,
But
my
I don't know if
seamen.
it's too late.
I see a fuck that. Let's go this way.
My seaman cuts off.
What were you gonna ask, Robert?
So has the surgery already started?
They are taking him back to mark the spots where they're gonna make incisions and then go in for the surgery when we get back.
Neuro shit that I don't understand because the brain is
I sound
weird.
like okay, I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound like I'm going back and forth, but how quickly would it take me to get from where I am there if I just hauled it?
If to get to to get to the surgery room?
Yeah.
It would just take you. The hardest part would be figuring out which room they were doing it in, because you haven't seen where they took him. But it would just be asking someone.
Do
it'd
you
probably
pass
just
the
be like-
magician in the like reception room, waiting room thing? Do you pass him in there?
Oh, yeah, that's. Yeah, so yeah, if you pass the
Okay,
magician.
I'm asking because of the idea that this would probably be a situation that Maxon could not specifically put himself in, but be in a
Learn
Be
from
present
observation.
Yeah.
well, not just learn from observation. This is kind of giving him like not like a PTSD flashback, but more of like he knows like the vibe of being in this situation.
No, yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, so as you approach, you see the magician and the woman, the reception woman.
If you enter, he'll wave you over.
But I do want to see if they'll let me come in and to like observe, especially since now he's kind of just wanting to learn from Dr. Green a bit. He felt that this could also be a good opportunity.
I will point out, this is surgery we're talking about, not typical.
This is full deep surgery.
What was I
They're
gonna say?
pulling his head
Medicine,
apart.
I guess, is the word I'm looking for. This isn't like your
And one of
typical
them
medicine.
is
This is
and one of them is a
invasive surgery.
profession I get to use at a later point.
I just wanted to clarify, just to make clear.
Alright.
'Cause,
Yeah, I know this isn't like I know
surgeons
this
are
isn't
doctors,
packaged
but there's
anybody
like a split off point where they do something a lot different from like physicians.
Okay.
But if you pass the magician, he'll definitely like wave you over, depending on what you're doing.
So he pretty much explains to the magician how he feels that not sure what exactly it is, but something is telling him to like he needs to be there.
Good time. We're talking about surgery, so I've found in my years that it is good to take a breath. Don't rush to be there, because you're going to get there eventually. I may go back there myself, but I'm not that kind of scientist.
Honestly, I will say there are seating here, and as you are speaking about this, the receptionist does kind of turn. There is an observation deck.
Perfect.
I'll show you where. And she kind of she stands up and begins to show you the way there. As she stands up, you notice that she has 4 metal prosthetic legs that move almost like insect legs. She doesn't have.
I'll pull this.
It gives her a very like hunched, small appearance, along with her age, and she kind of just scuttles along.
Look at Maxon. See? Patience. All convenience. I'll pull, as we begin walking, I'll not look where I'm going and pull the spell book out and begin scribbling again. And ask a question that's kind of slowly becoming a question I think he asks everyone. But he just says, "So, Maxon, tell me," as he keeps scribbling, he doesn't look at you. "What is your prime directive? What drives you? What is your goal?" By the way, what he's writing in this book is incomprehensible gibberish. It looks similar to what Serena has like on Sado, but it's like way worse.
He kind of just thinks for a little bit of it for like a second, and then just tells him, "I've got so many, I don't think I can narrow it down to one specifically."
Tell me one.
For starters, one could be starting to get home.
Home is important. What's at home? What is home? Place, people, a group?
For me, it's the place I grew up. The place I have been fighting for the past 3 years.
This place is in trouble.
I've got people waiting for me.
I think we all do. It's the context that matters. He begins. You see, he's like drawing out. It looks like a magic circle he's inscribing, and then he flips the page and begins writing something else.
So I don't know how to explain it exactly through like the character itself. So I'll tell you the reason why he feels that like he needs to be there is because he's known Seraphim to a certain point where he cares about him, and second, that's mentioned that he has to undergo surgery that's going to, in a way, make it so that he's like a completely different person, is giving him the feeling of what happened to his friend previously, if you guys remember that. It kind of feels like the situation is repeating itself. So it's that mental response that makes him want to be there.
So as we're walking, I'll just keep inscribing. So you're nervous?
As he's walking with as he's walking with the magician, Maxon kind of just tries to hide it, but it's very clear just by looking at him a lot. I'm very nervous about Seraphim.
Have you had someone in surgery before?
A close friend of mine almost died. We put him back together, but he was never the same after that.
It's at this point that she leads to a viewing area where you look down and you see a table prepped for neurosurgery. Seraphim isn't there. There only seem to be some lab techs and just some lab techs setting some things up, turning lights on as you continue to converse.
So Maxon speaks up again, and then he just looks the magician directly and tells him, I've been thinking about this all day. I'm extremely worried for Trit. And then he cuts himself off right at that moment and then corrects himself and says, I'm extremely worried for Seraphim.
Well, it sounds dark, but worrying doesn't do much for us. It's merely that we should wait for the unexpected outcome. Because even when you know what's going to happen, you don't know what it will be like afterwards.
It's just
I
the
will
thought itself that already gets me worried.
What was that, Gavin?
Sorry, my mic was cutting in and out.
Oh, you're good.
As you both are talking, looking around in this facility, this operating room, Maxon, it feels very familiar to you. Yeah, Maxon was there when you were watching the tapes about Alex, right?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay. Then you recognize that the chair in the middle looks a lot like the one that Alex and the other subjects were put in. And
at the same time, can I add to that?
Yeah, of course.
I was going to say also, to add on top of that, he's trying to just, he's taking the magician's advice and just not letting it get to him, but it's very, very difficult for him to the point where it almost seems like every couple seconds when he looks over at Seraphim, he could have sworn that it was the exact scene in his head again, to where his friend would be on the table. A huge part of him was singed with plasma burns, and there were these metallic parts covered in a lot of blood. And there were people around him almost in the same way that they are around Seraphim. And he kind of just closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and then lets it go, and it goes back to normal. But it happens a few more times, but he just kind of lets it flow.
And the magician, you would notice that this isn't the facility where they did it, but it does have the same technology. It has the same look. It has the same feel. Where you're standing is where they stood when they did whatever they did to Alex, in some way, shape, forms, or sense. But yeah, as that kind of washes over, they begin to put Seraphim into the straps and the things to hold him steady during the operation, and Doc Green begins to use a small a small plant to begin to draw marks for incisions on your head, Seraphim. Very slowly, very softly.
Paint me like one of your Green Cove gals. Heck.
She doesn't seem to say anything, but she does. After she finishes, she hands one of the nurses the writing device. Any final requests before we put you under?
Take care of yourself. And don't get too pissed at me.
She has I will say she has had her respirator off since she gave you that kiss, Seraphim. She has not put it back on, so you see her actually smile.
So she does smile. He says to Maxon. Not even looking.
Who would have known?
Which, unless they hit the intercom button, probably the people in the room didn't hear.
Oh no, yeah.
No, it was just to
cannot
Maxon.
hear you.
The only
Yeah.
thing, okay, the only thing that, like, if Doc Green knew we were there, he would have probably just said, "We're right here in case something goes wrong."
She can see you up there. She just can't hear what you're saying. She can
Yeah.
see
I
through the
guess
glass, but
I
yeah.
guess I just give her like a little I do that thing where you take like 2 fingers and then just put them over like where your temple is and just like, hey.
Yeah, she gives you and the magician a small wave, and she just looks to you, Seraphim. All right, let us get to work. And one of the nurses comes over and begins to give you some medicine to put you under for the operation.
Maybe I'll finally get a good long rest before I wake up again.
And after a few moments, everything begins to slow down as you slowly begin to drift off. I will say, how does it normally go when Seraphim sleeps in his head?
It's sleeping in his head. It's kind of like the void, but more of like it's a bit brighter, more relaxed. Sleeping is when he finally is when the voices finally get a break from each other when they were at odds.
Okay.
But now it's just, it's gonna be kind of lonely for a while, isn't it? I don't know if I like that. Oh well. He fucking just falls on his back and his head.
Okay. Magician and Maxon, you see as Dot Green and Seraphim share some words. You can't quite hear what they say. And then he's given some medicine, and he drifts off. And after they check his pulse and ensure that the medicine has taken effect and that he is asleep, they begin to slowly and very efficiently cut open a small portion of his skull, and then they bring a small robot over with some kind of camera apparatus. Well, actually, I say that it's actually not a camera. It would be plant-based, so it is almost like a giant tree with a biological viewing device where they send in tendrils of plant matter into the back of Seraphim's head, and they begin to kind of make their way around. And at first they seem to be clearing like damaged areas, just where the tumors have grown in excess, and kind of mapping it out for the operation. And is Serena on the floor, or did she make her way up to the viewing area? Because she would have also been shown there's another entrance.
She probably would have went up.
Okay, cool. Then as you were walking up would probably be when they were starting to make the incisions.
So they've started. Here we go. This will be his biggest trick yet.
Okay. Are you three all going to stay for the entire operation, or are you going to walk around or anything?
The magician will probably occasionally wander because he's irritating that way, but Serena will probably sit and think, watch,
Maxon's gonna
and
say
think.
without argument.
No, yeah, I figured Maxon was going to say. I just wanted to see if Serena or the magician would, because I figured the magician would. But okay.
Yeah, he'll
we will.
for the most part stay, but he'll be in and out because he's antsy.
I want to say that also. I'm glad that like we're conveniently everything kind of just looped around in a way that worked with like the flashbacks and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was really nice. But yeah, Colton,
All right.
I believe you have a table and a. How exactly did you say? Because I liked what you said, but I can't exactly remember how you said we were
Alright.
gonna do it.
I'm gonna roll. I have the list of the personalities.
Oh boy.
I'm going to roll. I'm going to.
It's time.
And whatever I roll, I'm going to start scratching off names, and I am not going to say a goddamn word. I might go or fuck, but I am not going to say a goddamn word about who's leaving. So it'll be a surprise who's left in the end.
Will you send me a message who is the one who's gonna be left, just so I know in advance?
Oh yeah, obviously.
Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to ask. But yeah, other than that, go for it.
All right, I'm gonna be rolling a lot of dice. I gotta start from the D12 all the way down, and I might have to do some re-rollings here. For science. All right, let's go. All right. All right. What do we have now? All right, one dice lower. Oof. That's an oofers.
Oh shit.
I thank God actually for that one. All right.
Pretty sure I know which one that was.
I'm pretty sure I know which one that one's too.
I don't think
that was a very particular reaction.
All right,
The rest I have no idea.
All right.
But yeah, while he's rolling that,
Let's do a reroll.
I'll say that the surgery itself takes about 5 hours. So in that 5 hours, first off, what would Stone and Raziel have been doing in that 5 to 6 hour span on the Hab?
He'd probably just be reading and maybe helping around with anything that needs to be done
Okay.
around the place.
Did we move the Hab for the day already?
I don't know.
I know we did the roll, but I don't remember if we moved. I want to say I don't think we did. I think we moved it for a previous day.
I think we did too, so
And then
I'm
that
gonna
was
go
it.
ahead and place it here.
I am down to the last two.
Oh shit.
I don't have a D2 on me at the moment. How do we want to do this?
D6 evens and odds? Classic.
Yeah,
Alright.
6 evens
Flip a
and odds.
coin?
I like that.
I could flip a coin, but I don't feel like it. I want to roll
Yeah.
dice,
Yeah.
man.
D6 evens and odds is the classic.
All right, this one.
The Matt Mercer way.
One will be evens, and then two will be odds.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what that means.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I get
Alright.
it.
I don't either.
You were
Uh-oh.
about to, and we
Do
won't.
tell. Do tell.
There's a hint of fear
Hint of fear.
from me. I'm a little worried.
Agreed.
Having a lot of villains that exist, hysterical laughter doesn't necessarily mean great stuff.
No.
To quote the, I can't remember which character it is, but from the movie Airplane, but I picked a bad day to stop drinking. All right.
That was good. Yeah, that was good. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
So,
Whew.
as there are various things going on around the Hab, anybody that
fuck.
had gone up to the top would have seen Alex sitting here and staring over. Is Serena's like sleeping pack and stuff still over in the corner here?
Yeah, it'd be like a just like a sleeping bag, basically, or a cot, probably, at least, you know, some comfort, and then like her bag of armor and stuff.
He's sitting where the door to Tildus would be, staring at Serena's spot, and then also occasionally to anybody that would have went up there, looking over to the pillar, but mainly focused on Serena's things. And Hammer would have been mainly in the workshop, probably occasionally going up to the command room or the communications brig.
Does anybody know what my wisdom score is? I want to inside check Alex. me IRL. I'm too curious.
Usually. At most, what I probably would have done in that time would have been to go and see if Hammer needed any help with anything. And that probably would, just to work, get something to do.
Shield generator and Sato are present. I just remembered, by the way.
Are they
shield
complete?
generator?
Do they need work?
No, it's still being worked on. His, I don't know. I'd say like another couple days of like continuous work. I forgot all about that till just now.
Yeah.
And you
I
worked
will
on
say,
it, so you have the idea of what's
Well,
going
then
on.
I probably would have worked on that then.
Plus the magician's
knowing they were
completed
going to be gone for a
calculations.
day or so.
you would have seen Alex doing his back and forth between the pillar and then staring at Serena's things as you were.
And a little communication thing on the floor. I forgot that's also in there.
No, yeah, you would have noticed the giant pillar that has communications that seem to be from somewhere else, talking about maybe trying to attempt to move something.
Interesting. So, Sato,
How can I help?
as a
Again, the magician did complete the calculations for this machine. Not all of her calculations that she was working on, as he doesn't know all of them, but the machine. So now it's tinkering work.
would he have
Right up your
given
alley.
those to Sato?
No, he was putting
yeah,
them
they're-
into Sato. That's what I was
Oh,
saying.
he was just
That
yeah.
was
Then
the
I
part-
probably
so
would
when
have.
he was bullshitting at the machine and messing and like doing calculations, he was putting the stuff into Sato and then walking over to the machine and going,
Honestly, yeah, no.
yes,
As you would have walked up, Raziel, the calculations and all his math and all these different numbers and things would have just kind of flashed up as you approached where he was working. So it would have been the last thing that Sato would have been like viewing.
Oh, good. You anticipated what I needed.
Always, sir.
Feels weird being called sir, but thank you.
Would you prefer I call? Oh. No, that's what he says.
Yeah.
Well, no problem then, sir.
Then I probably would have started working on the generator.
Give me a perception roll.
Let's see how well I do. Or I should say how well my new dice tower does.
I need to get a dice tower.
I got a 19. I made mine. I actually need to make a bigger one, honestly. It doesn't quite fit all my dice.
Just like exactly how far away you are. 20 feet. You hear Alex mutter, kind of saying something to himself. It's kind of hard for you to hear what he's saying because it is pretty quiet, but he is saying something to himself.
I look over and Alex, are you good?
Yeah. I just thinking about something. And
Now,
he
don't
kind
you
of
run off on me.
Oh, I'm not running off. No worries about that. It's something. It's definitely something. Here, I gotta look into.
All right. If you need any help, let me know.
I will. Don't worry. I will.
And I'll
He kind of
turn my
chuckles.
around.
He kind of chuckles to himself, but he doesn't elaborate further.
If you say so. I'll turn around and start to tinker again.
All right. And where would Stone be reading right now? Like, tell me specifically.
Probably where he usually does, in the
Oh, in the command room.
Command room.
yeah, in the command room. Yeah.
Okay. Then I will. Yeah. Hammer's. I'll say that Hammer's still in the workshop, so it is quiet in there. It's just kind of the gentle hum of the machines, the computers, and then the ambient noise from outside. And then back over in bunker.
Before we start, it's midnight.
Yes, it is midnight. How are we doing for time? Do we need to call it there?
Let's see. How much time do I have right now? I have about 30 minutes. I got a little bit of time.
Okay, is that good with everybody else?
I'm good to go.
That's good. I'm good.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, I didn't want to cut it off either. So as we're coming back in, we will come into Serena and Maxon as they are watching as we'll say that they are probably removing the last few full tumors and they are putting them into the same kind of fluid that is in the healing pods, just in small contained vials.
Magician's still scribbling in his this little book that he keeps pulling out occasionally and scribbling in for long periods of time. Just writing things down. Serena has taken to like reaching back to feel for that scar over and over again, every so often. And like increasing and decreasing frequencies. And eventually just sitting there, he just like, she goes to reach up and he grabs her hand, still looking at the spellbook just stays there, of course, and he just like grabs her hand and he says, "Stop that fidgeting, it is distracting." And then like, if you glance over, he just kind of gives like a comforting smile. He'll be alright. He looks at Maxon as well. Eventually. And then uncanny timing, and right as they wrap up, he just kind of snaps at you. "I think they're done. Are they?"
Yes, they place the last tumor in the fluid, and they put all the specimens together in a kind of sealed, like I don't want to say an ice box, but it's basically an ice box. And they begin to kind of mend the wounds and the incision points on Seraphim's head, and after the incisions are mended and everything is put back, and Seraphim's gauze is wrapped, they lay him back. Dot Green places a hand on the gauze, not like really touching it, but just kind of like feeling it. Then looks over to the specimens, and after looking up to you three up in the viewing area, she just kind of silently walks out of the room. And as she does, she puts her respirator back on.
Maxon, I think that's your cue. You have been talking to her more lately than we have. You might want to go talk to that one. See that she's comforted. She needs a friend.
He just on instinct gets up and just starts to walk towards her.
Good man.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Almost like he was just waiting for the opportunity. So.
Okay, yeah. As you walk out, as you're walking down, you see the door that Serena came up, and as you go down and go through that door, it takes you to the actual like surgical area, and you see Doc Green sitting in one of the chairs in just like one of the hallways, just kind of staring down at the floor, not really saying anything. Kind of adjusting one of the filters on her respirator constantly and adjusting her eyepiece.
I'm gonna walk over to her, and as I do, how does she react to me? Just kind of coming to her.
She doesn't quite notice until you get a little bit closer, but she looks up and she's, "Oh, Maxon." She kind of straightens up a little bit, but her facial expression doesn't really change. Were you
How
able
did it
to?
go? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
She was. Were you able to see well from the balcony? I tried to ask them to let you come down, but they were worried about a risk of contamination since we've all been traveling for so long.
There's only so much they would let me do. Would have been nice to have a first-hand experience, you know. I'm more concerned about Seraphim right now. How is he?
He is fine. We were able to remove tumors, but the only problem is I do not know which one is here with us right now. Which ones are those containers? Make an insight check for me.
Yep. Oh, 18.
Yeah. Even with your modifier, you beat it. She is very nervous and she's somewhat. She seems like she just seems very unsure, very paranoid, worried that she seems to be anticipating something, wanting something, but she seems unsure about it.
He kind of notices this immediately, and he's like, "Doc, do you really know what's going to happen or no?"
I have no idea. What if that maniac comes out again? Cuts his hand off, hurts him again. What if it's that one that shot Serena? What if she kind of puts her fingers on her temples and begins to kind of slowly rub them? What if it's not? Yeah.
He just looks to the floor, and he's like, "I don't know." So I guess so as of now, we are just completely in the dark and have to hope for the best.
We have to wait and see who wakes up. And then, and she kind of looks up, I might be able to test the samples we have and look for specific patterns. I do. You have his. I could check. And she kind of stands up. Maxon, will you help me?
Of course, anything.
And she kind of she walks up to the door in the operating room where Seraphim is still kind of sleeping with his head wrapped, strapped to the operating table. And the box of the grain specimens sitting there, she's like, we're going to grab those and take them to the scanning room. Will you help me make sure no one stops us?
Definitely.
And she throws the door open, but not hard enough to make it loud. And she kind of just makes a break for it and
Max,
picks up
and
the
you
cooler.
last thing you see in the operating room is the magician standing with his arms behind his back, pointing at Doc Green with that little gray light at the tip of his finger, casting Fortune's favor again on the doctor, and then on you. And then he puts his arm behind his back and he's grinning like a villain.
She puts her hands on the chest and she says, Maxon, can you lift this? I'll be too slow if I try to.
I just, without saying anything, just lift it.
Oh yeah, it's like for you, someone of your build, it's like you understand how like why it's heavy, but it's not like heavy to you. But it's definitely a very bulky item. Be
These are
very hard for a
fragile
normal.
and very important item, so.
Thank you. All right, this way. And she begins to walk up to the door, and she takes a her data pad, pulls up some kind of. Well, Max, and you would know that the doctors used their data pads almost like key cards to open doors. She scans the door and it doesn't open. She scans the door and it doesn't open again. And she scans it again and it doesn't open, and she just smacks it with the data pad. And it just kind of it cracks it and goes off, but the door doesn't come open. She's like, damn it.
Maxon
This
kind of
door
is getting
open.
frustrated. Maxon's getting frustrated too, and she said, "Give me the chance, and I'll break that door down."
Do you think you could do something in between and just open it enough that we could get through? I don't want to trip any alarms or crack the hab. And she kind of points up and to the glass ceiling where you see some irradiated fish, and even one of the ones that you guys all ate at the diner crawl across the top.
How would I go about doing that? Is there an area where I can just put my hands at?
No, yeah, it opens in the middle. It would just be, you would just have to roll strength to just kind of get your fingers in the middle to pry it open enough to get through. You don't have to like hold it open or anything. It's just the initial strength to pull it apart.
5.
You have advantage on strength checks though, so roll it again because of your class. I remember that.
Great. Okay. 4.
And if that doesn't work, you still have Fortune's favor.
Yeah, you have fortune's favor, so roll again.
I swear.
You can't have anything more than like regular advantage or disadvantage, but with Fortune's favor,
Oh, yeah,
you
that's
get a
true.
little
4
bit.
and
No,
6.
but you get a loophole
Oh.
because it's not advantage.
Yes,
Yeah, that's true. Because
You get
yeah,
an extra roll.
so
You get a
6
redo.
plus your double proficiency. So what's your double proficiency plus 6?
8.
Okay, my proficiency is 4.
So yeah, 8. So 14.
8 plus 6.
I'll say that you are able to get your fingers in and pop the door open enough, but it is kind of loud. And it
So
didn't do any
Maxon kind of
damage.
I'll describe what happens. He goes up to the door, and then he just like puts his hands in between, and you can hear the metal fighting to stay closed as it makes like that sound as he starts to pry it open real slowly. And he's struggling. It is very hard for him to hold.
It's funny
it
that
open.
your mic cutting fit the sound of metal
Oh, yeah, I was
about
grinding
to
say,
perfectly. That
that
was
is the best, like,
crazy.
Kid.
The best instance of roboting ever.
Huh.
But yeah, after you get it open, Maxon, it doesn't try to close back, but it does seem to be like jammed in place. No alarms go off, but the door opening itself is loud. All right, Doc Grey just says we don't have much time as she steps through the opening. She says, "Just take out one of the samples and place it in the chair. I'm going to scan it and look for familiar brain patterns. I have a few of Seraphim's, but not all of them."
Well, what happens as he does this?
Nothing is happening at the moment. Where is the magician right now?
Observation room with Serena, thinking for a moment before leaving.
Okay, what was Serena doing when she saw Doc Green kind of run in a panic and take all these brain samples? And Maxon kind of looking around kind of suspiciously, and then she probably did see him like down the hallway, just a little
Well-
bit kind of pop the door open.
While he's appreciating the mayhem, she's just like trusting.
Okay. All right, yeah, then we will move back into the room. How many personalities are there, Colton?
We removed
10 separate now, right?
11.
Well, 11. I mean, like 10 taken
wait,
out,
hang on.
right?
Yeah, how many got taken out?
Because the bow would have been, I think, the 11th, but I might be miscounting.
I thought the bow would have been the 10th because he had normality on 9 and 10.
12.
12 personalities
Or
in total?
12 total?
Okay.
Ooh.
So what would I need to roll to get one of those separated personalities?
What would you need to roll?
Yeah, just like to pull one of those from a hat, essentially.
I'd say roll a D12.
Okay, Maxon, roll a d12 for me.
Okay. A 3.
Okay, Colton, will you send me which one that is? Okay, cool. So, Maxon, you pull a sample out, and you just kind of see it slowly floating in the reservation, the little chamber it's in. And Dot Green is pressing on one of the computers at the scanning chair and just says, just place it down here. And she points to the seat. I'll begin scanning it.
So he just goes ahead and puts it down. And all the while, he's kind of shaking a little bit, but not enough to lose focus.
She looks up. Are you alright?
I'll manage.
She scans it for a moment. I don't recognize this one. I don't think removed. Okay. Would you grab me another one?
Make another roll.
Yes. Would it be another
Roll.
D12 roll?
Roll another D12 for this moment.
9.
If you want, Colton, you can also say it out loud. I was keeping it secret just for. But I will say Dot Green would be labeling the one she knows. I don't think she knew the one you sent me, unless I'm wrong.
It was that one was one of the first ones.
Okay, so she would know this one. So do you want me to say it out loud? Because I figured Dot Green would be labeling these.
Okay, the first one was silence.
Okay, so
This
she would
one-
label that.
This one is modifier. This was the one that she wouldn't know. This one. This is the one that came out when they picked up Raziel's gun.
She would mark that one as undefined then, unknown. But she would mark silence.
Say that again?
She would know silence, but she doesn't know modifier, so she just marks it as unknown. She's just going through and labeling the samples to which brain patterns they resemble. And you're just you're helping her like prep them and then move them back into the unit to keep them cool. Yeah, the container to keep them cool.
That way it's not a fridge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll just kind of go through one by one till she's labeled all the ones she knows and then just labeled the unknown ones. Which around that time, Serena and the magician, you would notice that he isn't quite waking up yet, but Seraphim's fingers are kind of starting to move a little bit. I believe he will probably be waking up soon.
We should probably go down and be there when he wakes up, don't you think? And she's just kind of like, just a little bit of a 1,000-yard stare for a while. Goes to reach for that scar again, and this time like her hand like stops and she can't like move it beyond here. If you keep touching that scar, you're going to create a new one. And wear your skin raw on the back of your neck. And she just kind of doesn't say anything. Just, I don't like surgery. It did a lot on me. I can see that. Or I did. How many? At this point, I don't know anymore. More than 10. Some of it was to make me what I am, and some of it was injuries. Never been as close to death as what Seraphim put me through. That was pretty close. Closest I've ever been besides that was this. That thing cut me very close to my heart. Some of it is made of metal now. But I don't like surgery. And this one, she does it. She like moves her hand and then like stops. The one on my back is the one that haunted me the most. I did be awake for a lot of the sensations, and I'm realizing I'm doing coping behaviors with my hands, but she's like begins like doing that with her hands, like she's like, and I don't like surgery now. Well, your friend is waking up, and I don't see any surgeries incoming flying out of the wings of the room anytime soon, so I'd certainly say you're quite safe.
I will say around this time you see Dot Green enter the surgery floor again with Maxon carrying the container.
He smiles again.
But
The troublemakers have returned.
Make a perception check for me for both of them.
Absolutely. Love me a perception check. Let's see. Ooh, interesting. Similar perception checks. One will be better than the other, objectively, though. His is a number's 12, and hers will be much less. 9.
She has something in her hands, but you can't tell. Maxon, you would know that after some searching, you eventually sat one of the samples down, and after scanning it, Doc Green said, "That one, there he is," and grabbed the sample and began to run out of the room, and she said, "Maxon, please we need to grab that and take it back in there."
Feeding on his chaos a little bit, he stands and he goes like this, and he says, "See? You never know what's going to happen." And she's just kind of like, "Fair enough. What are they doing?" I have no idea, but it's fun. Let's go down and see. And he'll a goblin scurry out of the room to go see what they're doing.
Is there anything that Maxon wants to say to Doc Green in the few moments as the magician and Seren are making their way down, as Seraphim kind of begins to slowly move, his entire head still bandaged?
He just says, "Let's hope this is the right one."
Doc Green looks down at the specimen container in her hand. "I know it's not, but we'll see how this one fares." And she just keeps looking at the specimen container in her hand. "I think it will be okay, but it's not Ideal. But yeah, after that quick moment, the magician and Serena come down, and Seraphim, you begin to kind of slowly open your eyes. You have a massive headache, but at the same time, it doesn't. There's no pressure for the first time in a long time in your head. But you're not. You're still kind of waking up, but it is dark. What is everybody doing in this moment?
Magician kind of stays back a little bit, but he looks over at her and he kind of like pushes her forward a little bit. And then looks at the three of them, kind of standing around Seraphim, and kind of crosses his arms.
Say it one more time. Who you pushed forward?
Serena.
Okay. I will say for everybody present, Doc Green is just, she keeps looking at the specimen in her hand. Just kind of lightly rubbing her finger, like her thumb, up and down across the glass. And then just looking back to Seraphim. And just looking back. Just kind of not saying much. And after she notices some movement from him, she's like, should remove some of those bandages. She begins to get some medical equipment to begin that process.
Oh boy. Okay, I need to go now, unfortunately. Have a good one, everybody.
Okay.
Peace.
Peace.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Okay. We can pick up next Saturday from there if you guys want.
Oh, damn, I don't even get a voice
I was
line.
about to say, you can
Technically,
we
nothing's
can
been
go as
revealed
long as
yet.
you want. Yeah, we can do
Nothing
whatever
has
you
been-
guys want.
I'm cool with completing the moment here.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can complete it if you want.
Close
Yeah.
the loop a little bit. I mean, Stone and Raziel aren't there anyways.
Yeah, that's true. So, Doc Green removes the wrappings from under the jaw and around the mouth, and she begins to remove them from around the nose and around the eyes. And Seraphim, as she does this, you are able to fully kind of wake up as she kind of removes it from your eyes, but leaves it on your head itself with a lot of padding and some gauze.
What the fuck? What? Did you see Doc Green?
Yes, and she is scowling at you.
Oh. I remember you. You fucking knocked me out with that sleeping gas. I had
I
a few
remember
words
you.
to say to you. Fuck you.
She looks
Not
down.
cool.
She looks down at the vial in her hand. I guess my hands can only be so steady.
What the fuck?
She cuts her eyes back up to you, Seraphim. Forgive me. One moment. Mockery.
This was the personality that showed up right after he picked up the first laser rifle. He was the first created one in the campaign.
But she
Way to
just
Way to
Oh, go
fucking
ahead.
go. He looks at her, way to fucking go. I don't know what you did, but I knew you. I could guess you'd probably fuck it up.
knowing what I know now, and with the situation at hand, do not push your luck. Because though I am trying to seek redemption for my past, Have a very long life. And a lot of room for redemption, reflection. Do not push her luck. And she kind of just stands up and walks away, vial in hand.
I don't have any luck left to push, Toots, and he just closes his eyes again.
Toots.
I was about to say she completely no.
She-
To anybody that could see her face, that pissed her off, but she kept walking.
Oh, I knew that would have. That's the only reason I said anything. I was like, that she didn't like that.
Back scribbling in the spell book, and he's just, that's not very nice. Just saying.
As she walks
Eat a
by you,
dick.
as she walks by you, magician, she's like, I would like to go back to the hab as soon as possible.
How about right now?
She's still. That would be.
I'll snap the book closed again. We could go now. All right. And he'll kind of drop his stuff and then wave his hands. The book will slide away as the bag comes out, and he takes it, walks up to the flat wall in the room, and just puts it on the floor, puts a shoe in it, and then lifts up and does like that, and it opens up into a door.
As the door does the door fully open?
It just opens up into the door with the metal gate in front of it, and then that slides open and the door opens, and he says, well, we can leave right away, or we can stand here and breathe air for a moment.
I was about to say, as you say, we can go now, she's already opened the door and walked through. And as that happens, some doctors walk in through the doors behind and begin to surround you, Mockery. And they're all just like, okay, let's check some of this out. And they begin to kind of check some of your incision marks and your stitches and things of that nature. And they were like, it's going to take you about a day, no, about a week to recover, unless we. They look over to Doc Green, they would look over to Doc Green, but they see she's gone, and they're just like...
The shadow of Doc Green as she's walking away inside of Tilda's... the back of her lab coat.
She looks back to the rest of you. You have healing vessels on your transportation?
We have those rejuvenation pods, the elven things.
Should take this about 2 days, maybe 1 day. You did it. You took the entire time, but that should heal these wounds. As for the rest of them, I don't know why they are in containers, but we were informed specifically to save them. I believe they ought to go with you.
We will gladly receive them as the wishes of this one.
They just kind of they nod and they. Will you be returning here soon?
It's a good question. I hope so.
Though I will. Someone in the back kind of begins to speak up. You should speak to the garrison master, the chief of security here in the bunker. Let them know that you were here. They knew of the operation, but they should know that it has been completed, and we have many refugees that we must tend to.
She'll look at the magician. I'll go talk to head of security or whatever. That's fine. I think that one probably needs to stay inside. She should probably stay inside. And he'll stick his head inside. And he'll look back out. One moment. He'll step in, you blink, and he's gone. And he'll find Doc Green wherever she is and go, and she'll step out from around the corner wherever she is, or just step out from behind her and just go, I'm going to close the door. We're going to go talk to someone, no idea who, some guy, and then we'll be back inside and we will leave to go back to the tank thing. Place.
Thank you.
Robot. And we will see to the rest of whatever Seraphim has asked of us. Would you like some company? Or would you like some time alone?
I could use someone to talk to and somewhere to think.
One moment, and then he takes one step, gone, steps out the door. You see him just like curve the corner, Maxon, as he walks in. He goes, Maxon, would you mind?
Okay, remind me again. I cut out for half of that. I heard, would you mind? And then...
That's all he said. He says, he's pointing inside. He says, would you mind? He's talking about keeping Doc Green company while he closes the door for a bit, and then they go talk to Security.
He just he's more calmed down now that they've got everything, so he's just like, sure thing.
And again, I will be closing the door, so you will not be able to get out. In fact, the door will just be a wall until I open it. So be patient. We will be in shortly. And he steps in the door with you, and then he says, be gentle, she's set, as I'm sure you know. And he'll like slap your shoulder. She disappears into the dream room, and he with her. So from wherever she was sitting, she is now in the dream room, and so is he.
We will pick up with them next session. But whatever everybody, we can do something with everybody else, but I want to pick up with them specifically next session.
And he just kind of looks up there for a minute. So she really is trying to help. Paying her dues. He kind of narrows his eyes and he looks at Serena, who's still like watching Seraphim. Paying dues. Past transgressions. And he'll walk out and close the door. And because no one's looking, he'll like also after he does this after stepping out. He closes the door with a hand wave, and the strings pull, and the bag just falls into his hand, and he sticks it in his pocket. And he'll walk up next to her and, so how about that the guy, whoever, I don't remember what they said. Do you?
Talking to me.
No, not you. You're the rude one. You're not as fun. I can't mess with you.
You are.
You've been getting swarmed by nurses and other people trying to like check your vitals, hook you up to IVs, shit like that. Give you pain medication.
There's too many people around here. Fuck off.
People are what help you, Seraphim. I'm going to call you the rude one until further notice.
I don't even know if I want to be called Seraphim.
And just rude. How about rude? Rudy. You can be Rudy. How about that?
Whatever makes you feel better.
Oh, it makes me feel better at your expense, so it works for me.
Opens his eye, looks over at Magician, smirks, closes his eyes, knife ears.
You know how many times I've been called that? It's like a bad joke now. It's like a knock-knock joke. Try again. And he'll put his hand on Serena's back and then begin like walking out of the room as she's just kind of like watching them. Like, lingering here will just make it worse. Let's go somewhere else and think about other things. You're the soldiery one. I don't do this stuff. I'm just an annoying tag-along. Cause mayhem. I mean, to be constructive. That's unless we're going further, that's all I got.
I was about to say we can pick up with all that next session.
Yeah, he says that, smiles at her, and she kind of like looks at her for a second, and then she cracks a little bit of a smile. All right, fine. Security guy.
Those rejuvenation pods better be able to regrow hair. I don't want to look like a charity case.
Shut up.
All right, yeah, that is where we will call it till next time.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'll do
Oh
next
no, yeah,
time.
is that okay?
It was nothing important, so it'll wait till next time.
Are you sure? I don't want to cut you off, dude.
It was just gonna be a really quick flashback, but that's pretty much all I've been doing. So
Okay, we can pick it up next session towards the beginning. Sound good?
It's kind of a good start considering you're in the dream room too. You and Doc Green.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was
He
thinking.
put you.
as well.
He put you guys in there. He didn't really know what the result would be. But yeah, this I
gotta find a way to play this character without getting killed by one of you.
Be very, very careful.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say.
I gotta find the line between mockery and actually just being like, wow, you are a failure and I hope you die. Like I'm really
I have to ask, of all the campaigns you guys did before I got in on it, did you guys ever have any characters that died?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Literally the very first one.
We've had 2 deaths overall. One in a different, one in the home game, which was Raymond.
I was about to say, Robert, I will say, since I have joined the campaigns, well, I think, did I join the same time he did?
3 deaths. 3 deaths. Umbra was killed briefly.
It was almost 4. Remember that one time with Scott?
Oh, shit, yeah.
I don't know if that counts as a death or more of like a sacrifice.
No,
because
that was
I
just unconscious. Death is when
I was
you
about to say-
like fail all your saving throws and are down, and like we can't bring you back.
Yeah, because in the sailing campaign, Manus dropped to 0 once, but he passed a saving throw.
Huh.
Or someone healed him, I can't remember. But yeah, he
Yes,
went
but
down
you
to
met your
0.
god.
Yeah, that is dreaded me, my god.
You were, yeah.
And something else.
You made a pact or whatever, didn't you? With the ancient beings or some shit.
I didn't make a pact
No,
with
he
him,
was pulled through the cosmos.
Oh yeah, he just met them.
out of interest of someone
And-
getting so close to death multiple times and then being pushed back to the other side by divine powers and such, which is annoying to one individual. And
Yup.
then Umbro was hit by a bolt of lightning by Tenem after he broke Roman's unbreakable shield. And then
Oh yeah.
Vol died and then was reborn by blessings of Yeva. And is now 4 years old at the start of our campaign.
Shit.
And how? Because like a while ago before I joined, I would just look back at some of the campaigns you guys did to kind of get a feel for it before I joined. What was the one you guys did with the skeleton dude?
Oh yeah, that was the Redstone one. That was Crow, Roman, and Umbra.
That was where my character had more of a more southern draw. And he was a
I've been
He was
trying
a
to think of a way to
magical tattoo
weasel
artist.
Roman in somewhere eventually.
don't worry about that, son. We'll take care of this right quick. You don't worry your pretty little head.
Yeah, Roman had a shield that was unbreakable. So
It was unbreakable, and it was fucking like a Captain America shield where he fucking could throw it and it would come back to him. It was like Thor's. It was like the cross between Captain America and
it's
Thor.
less that it's like he's so strong he broke the unbreakable shield. It was a little more complex than just snapping the unbreakable shield. that was supposed to inform you on if he can break
Don't
that.
fuck with this guy.
Why and how? There's whys and hows into looking into that. If you want a little hindsight hint to that, powers and abilities beyond history and understanding.
Beyond the norm. So,
But-
are y'all playing Magic, or are we playing Helldivers?
I'd like to.
I am down for either one. I am ready to go. I've finished my
I'm down
updates, and I got the cards right here. So either way,
I do need like if you guys want to have to do like anything before, give me maybe like 1 or 2 minutes. I can just switch these cards out real quick.
Yeah, I have to put some stuff up, move some shit around. I have a question for the DM this time.
Yeah, what's up?
Does the rejuvenation chamber regrow hair? Could it?
Yeah.
Technically, that's not an injury, though.
It's
If
not, but
you-
it's like
if
guess
you
let's-
express
yeah.
this in open company with a particular individual and inside of a particular machine, I might be able to help. Which also might give you a little more view and an opportunity to peek into what the fuck is he doing in there and how is he doing it. That's me letting you peek under the folder covering the answer sheet to see what I've got going on behind the curtain. How does this machine work? What's the instructions say?
Oh my god!
Why is this man doing magic stuff like that?
Okay, what time is it now? It's almost 1.
Oh, it is 1:47 or 12:47. Fuck.
Okay. I think we can play a game of Magic in that time.
I can take fast turns. I'm a fast boy. I'm more familiar with my cards now.
I can try to be fast. But we gotta like start quick. Hang on, like I said, I gotta put my stuff up.
I am ready to go. I just got to tip my camera and stuff.
I gotta
I
move
have
shit
to set my
around.
camera. Yeah, I gotta
Plus-
set my camera up and move some stuff around.
I'll grab my headset.
Magic it is.
I can be quick on my turns, so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, let me I gotta plug my phone in too for my web.
Oh, that's the wrong
I gotta
bag for
censor
those.
my